Hey, you there! Hear me out. The Dakpannah Show is a thought-provoking and stimulating talk show that brings topics of social, political, and societal significance to the national discourse for public scrutiny. We critically analyze and dive deep into issues that count most for or against our survivability as a people. We right the wrong with the exchange of ideas through dialogue, not confrontation, so as to make the world an honest and better place for us all. The Dakpannah Show, which was officially launched on the 19th of April 2019, has over the years brought a high degree of professionalism coupled with accurate, balanced, and credible dissemination of news and information through its live Facebook broadcast. Amongst the hundreds of talk shows which broadcast via Facebook Live within the Liberian community, the Dakpannah Show can boast of being one of the best platforms, if not the best, in soliciting the ideas of every well-meaning Liberian from across the political divide. The premier program is utilized as a conduit to promote peace, reconciliation, and national unity amongst all Liberians to the fullest. It gives the opportunity for all to exchange ideas and opinions for the better good of the motherland. As many can admit on the Dakpannah Show, nothing else but the matters that count most in Liberia are discussed without fear or favor, void of personal attack. The Dakpannah Show is everything Liberia and Liberian related. We are on the side of the truth. This is the national discourse. Join Dakpannah Lieutenant Nicholas Smith live and direct from on top of the world via Dakpannah 24 News and Television and talk it out. Change is all we need to make a stand. Let's unify and have the peace for home. Sweet Liberia, land of liberty is my home. And let us keep it is the one and only home we have. Say sweet Liberia, this land of liberty is my home. Keep it standing. This is the one and only, the one and only, the one and only. To make a stand. Hey, you there! Hear me out. The Dakpannah Show is a thought-provoking and stimulating talk show that brings topics of social, political, and societal significance to the national discourse for public scrutiny. We critically analyze and dive deep into issues that count most for or against our survivability as a people. We right the wrong with the exchange of ideas through dialogue, not confrontation, so as to make the world an honest and better place for us all. The Dakpannah Show, which was officially launched on the 19th of April 2019, has over the years brought a high degree of professionalism coupled with accurate, balanced, and credible dissemination of news and information through its live Facebook broadcast. Amongst the hundreds of talk shows which broadcast via Facebook Live within the Liberian community, the Dakpannah Show can boast of being one of the best platforms, if not the best, in soliciting the ideas of every well-meaning Liberian from across the political divide. The premier program is utilized as a conduit to promote peace, reconciliation, and national unity amongst all Liberians to the fullest. It gives the opportunity for all to exchange ideas and opinions for the better good of the motherland. As many can admit on the Dakpannah Show, nothing else but the matters that count most in Liberia are discussed without fear or favor, void of personal attack. The Dakpannah Show is everything Liberia and Liberian related. We are on the side of the truth. This is the national discourse. Join Dakpannah Lieutenant Nicholas Smith live and direct from on top of the world via Dakpannah 24 News and Television and talk it out. Change is all we need to make a stand. Let's unify and have a peaceful home. Sweet Liberia, land of liberty is my home. And let us keep it. Is the one and only home we have. Say sweet Liberia, this land of liberty is my home. Keep it standing. This is the one and only, the one and only, the one and only.
It's a pleasant welcome to all of you guys joining the broadcast. I'm excited to be back on the nation's premier platform where we discuss the issues that matter most to Liberia. I want to say thank you for always taking time off your busy schedules to be with me on the broadcast. I'm excited to be back with you on the premier stage. This is the nation's premier platform where we discuss the issues that matter most to Liberia, focusing more on the growth and development of Liberia. Everything Liberia and Liberian related. I want to say thank you all for being with us on the broadcast. We are excited to be back with you. I want to say thank you. Thank you for your time. Wherever you're following from, I want to say good morning to you, or good afternoon, and a pleasant good evening to all of you guys joining the broadcast. I want to say thank you all for joining the broadcast. I'm so excited to be with you guys. Please share the live, tell a friend, and invite a friend. We have come with a brand new edition of the Dakpannah Show. I want to say thank you for always being with us. I want to say you are welcome. This is where we discuss everything Liberia and Liberian related. We focus more on the growth and development of our country. The Dakpannah Show is a conduit to promote peace, reconciliation, and national unity amongst us all. So I want to say thank you all for being with us on the platform. We're excited to be back on the Dakpannah Show. I want to say you are all welcome. Help to share the live. Let us afford others the opportunity to come on here. Let's talk Liberia. You are welcome to come in with recommendations, suggestions, analysis, opinions, thoughts, and ideas. I want to say welcome to the broadcast. We are an independent platform. Our interest is Liberia. We don't owe loyalty to no one, no individual, but Liberia. I want to say thank you for joining the broadcast. I want to say welcome to all of you guys following the broadcast. Keep sharing it live. Tell a friend to invite a friend. On the Dakpannah Show, we solicit the views of every woman in Liberia, no matter which part of political divide. The Dakpannah Show is a thought-provoking and stimulating talk show that discusses topics of national significance. We agree to disagree, we dialogue, and not allow ourselves to get involved with confrontation. We don't get confrontational on the Dakpannah Show. We speak words and we do not shoot bullets. I want to say thank you all for joining the broadcast. We are excited to be back. The Dakpannah Show is the best thing to happen anywhere on the social media at about this time, and we owe no one an apology. We want to say we are the best amongst the rest. Want to say thank you all for being with us on the broadcast. Want to say we are excited to be with you. Help to share the live. Tell a friend to invite a friend. You are welcome to share the live wherever you want to. You can share in the various messenger chat rooms, the various Facebook groups, wherever you want to share it, in the various WhatsApp chat rooms, wherever you want to share it. You are welcome to share the live. Let us afford others the opportunity to come here and let's talk Liberia. If you don't know who I be, I'm your one and only, the Indefatigable Perspicacious Dakpannah, and I broadcasting to you from on top of the world via Dakpannah 24 News and Television. So please help to share the live so that we can get many people on as possible. We are your one and only accurate, balanced, and credible news and information platform. We are your one and only accurate, balanced, and credible news and information platform. We want to say we speak nothing but the truth. So I want to say welcome. Welcome to the broadcast. Share the live. Tell a friend to invite a friend. Welcome. Welcome.
Ladies and gentlemen, Zach and Jiba will now dedicate this song to the Liberian people. After a period of 133 years of one-party system, it is the time that the Liberian people will vote and choose their own leader. So let us all celebrate a peaceful election for unity and prosperity. Yeah! Ooh la la!
All right, welcome back. Thank you for joining the broadcast. I'm excited to be back on the premier stage. This is the nation's premier platform. I want to say thank you all for being with us on the platform. We're excited to be back with you. You can give us receptive report. Am I well positioned in the camera? Are you guys seeing me clearly in the camera? Is the camera well positioned on me? Are you guys getting me loud and clear? Please let me know so that I can make some adjustment. You can comment in the comment section, state where you're following from. It is good that you do that because it is a tradition on this platform that we recognize folks within the comment section. It's a tradition that we recognize folks within the comment section. So we want to say welcome to all of you guys following the broadcast. State where you're following from and we'll recognize you. We want to say welcome. You can share the live, tell a friend or invite a friend. So we want to say welcome to all of you guys. Keep sharing the live. Let us invite many people on as possible. We have a lot of things to talk about. We have a lot of issues pertaining to our country, Liberia, the motherland. We want to say welcome to all of you guys. Share the live, tell a friend or invite a friend. It's a brand new edition and you are welcome to jump on board, get on board, sit back and relax. Tighten your seatbelt, and I'm going to take you through safety. You're going to have a safe arrival. I'm going to take you through safety. So go ahead and put your points through, state where you're following from, and we'll recognize you. After we shall have speak to one or two issues, we will afford you the opportunity to call in and have your say. If you want us to bring you via video, via Facebook Live video, we will do that. Just call me and we'll do that after we shall have speak to one or two issues. So I want to say welcome to all of you guys. We're excited to be back. If you don't know who I be, I am your one and only, the Indefatigable Perspicacious Dakpannah, and I'm broadcasting to you from on top of the world via Dakpannah 24 News and Television. So let's all go ahead now and recognize folks within the comment section. Let's take this musical break while we're working our folks within the comment section. Yep. Flex, Holy Ghost fire the demon them. Yeah. Holy Ghost fire the demon them. We have a lot of demons in Liberia that the Holy Ghost need to fire, you know. Yeah, so we need the Holy Ghost to go into Liberia and fire all of the demons. We have a lot of demons in that country. Demons. If you're a Liberian and you don't have love for your country, you don't have interest in your country, you only have interest in yourself or your fellow men, then you are demons. So Holy Ghost need to fire you. You are a demon. So let's go ahead and rock on our folks. We'll focus in the comment section. Slewion Ben City. I want to say welcome to you, Slewion Ben City. Slewion Ben City, welcome to the broadcast. I'm excited to have you on the platform. Dennis Harrison, welcome to you. Dennis Harrison, welcome to the broadcast. I'm excited to have you on the platform. Dennis Harrison, welcome. Mr. James Tano, welcome to the broadcast. I'm excited to have you on the platform, Mr. James Tano. Welcome. Welcome to you guys. Welcome to you guys. Rose Miracle Bandy. Welcome to you, Rose Miracle Bandy. Rose Miracle Bandy, welcome to you. I'm excited to have you on the platform. Kaka Fellas, welcome. Welcome to you, Kaka Fellas. Kaka Fellas, welcome to you. Thank you for joining the broadcast, Kaka Fellas. Welcome. My dear brother, Seku Omentoaware. Your apologies accepted. Welcome to the broadcast. Seku Omentoaware. Continue to share the live. Tell a friend to invite a friend. Seku Omentoaware. Welcome. To be. To ball. Dope ball, faithful play. Welcome. Hope I'm getting your name right. Dope ball, faithful play. Welcome. Terry's Liver Gay. Terrence. So Terrace Liver Gay. Terrace Liver Gay, welcome to you. Terrace Liver Gay, welcome to the broadcast. Mr. Thomas Jones Gay, welcome to you. Thank you for joining the broadcast. Thomas Jones Gay, welcome. Jerome Swenson, welcome to you. Jerome Swenson, welcome. Hey, my dear brother, Ansa Zig Maurice Duclay, Moses Mo, welcome to the broadcast, all the way there in Canada. Mark Omen Rajuri, long time, where have you been? Welcome to the broadcast, Mark Omen Rajuri. Hey, my dear friend and big brother, Mr. Franklin Komoya. Welcome to the broadcast. I'm excited to have you on the platform, Mr. Franklin Komoya. My dear friend and brother, the man that will be graduating pretty soon, Mr. Hilton Wedajedo. He's a proper defender. And he's following me from his Lockington resident in Monrovia, LT City. Mr. Hilton with a Jedo. I want to say welcome to you. Congratulations to you. You'll be walking all of the walls of the AME Zion University College on May 10th. Welcome, my dear brother. Thank you for joining the broadcast. Welcome. And we'll interface tomorrow. Welcome. Anna Nyinawe. Welcome, Anna Nyinawe. Welcome, Anna Nyinawe. Welcome to the broadcast. I'm excited to have you on the platform, Anna Nyinawe. Welcome. Seku Omento Awadi is watching me from his MPP house. Watching me from an MPP house. Welcome. Mosemo, why are you laughing? Franklin Malia, welcome to you. Thank you for joining the broadcast, Franklin Malia. Global Johnson, welcome to you. Thank you for joining the broadcast, Global Johnson. Emmanuel Man, welcome to you, Emmanuel Man. Welcome to the broadcast. Definitely, Mosemo, we are demons. We have demons in Liberia. Those demons, Holy God need to fire those demons. The demons that are eating our country. Because of those demons, Liberia cannot really rise high above the fray. We cannot progress because of those demons. We are yet to progress. We are backward. We are still living in total backwardness. Since 1822, Liberia is still living in total backwardness because of those demons, those wicked and evil demons. Wolf in sheep clothing, they are demons. What are you going to fire them? Elizabeth M. Gay, welcome. Vita Langaman, welcome to you, Vita Langaman. Please forgive me if I don't pronounce your name right. If you call into the show and if I'm not pronouncing your name right, call into the show and correct me. Vita Langaman, welcome. Ruben Wa, welcome. Asatu Kamara, the civilized Mandingo girl. Asatu Kamara, the civilized Mandingo girl. Welcome to the broadcast. I'm excited to have you on the platform, and I want to say I wish you, all of our Muslims, brothers and sisters, I want to take this time to wish you guys well as you gradually comes to an end of the 40 days of fast and prayer. Yeah, hope you guys keep Liberia in your prayers. And Asatu, Civil Lamange, I hope you also add me to your prayers, you know. Yeah, I want long life, peace and prosperity. Yeah. Welcome. Mabel Solo, welcome. Mabel Solo, welcome. Mr. Franklin Koma is glad. Mr. Franklin Komoya is glad to be following from his job tonight. Welcome, my dear brother, big brother. Yeah, you always follow from your job. Welcome. Abraham Cully, welcome to the broadcast. I'm excited to have you on, Abraham Cully. My dear friend, brother, Mr. Ayesen Yiba, watching live and direct from his home in Painesville, the Coca-Cola area, the Coca-Cola community. That's the Painesville Red Light area, Coca-Cola community, Banana Farm area. Mr. Ayesen Yiba, welcome to the broadcast. Richard Bennett, welcome. Richard K. Bennett, welcome. Richard K. Bennett, welcome. Abraham Cody said we are our own demon. That's true, Abraham. I agree. Abraham Cody said we are our own demon. That's true, Abraham. Thank you very much, Asatu, the civilized. Asatu, the civilized Mandingo girl. She said, Amen. I mean, she agrees. Is what I said. Thank you, Asatu. Yep. Okay, so far so good. Those are the folks that we are seeing here. Those are the folks that we are seeing in our comment section. we want to say welcome to all of you, those of you that will join. So let's go now and play this song. After this song, we will definitely dive into the discussion. Welcome to you all. Welcome. Listen to the music. This song, listen to it.
Say, I love, it. Day and break, everybody on the hustle. Some people know like peace, they want some trouble. Crime rates on the increase, the government can protect the people. Oh Lord, no justice for the poor. Yeah, look the way we're living, we're treating one another unfair. Look the way we're living, we're treating one another unfair. Look the way we're living. What's the hope for the future? What's the hope for the future? What's the hope for the future? The hope for the future, yeah. We have everything in abundance, but we die and rot and breathe. We pray, asking the Lord for another Moses, cause all we have is pharaohs, yeah. In our suffering, it's hard to making business out, yeah. The rich get richer, and the poor people suffer. Them promise say, them bring development and better education. Our lands are fertile, no food on the land. Our children, we're pushing into bag. Look the way we're living, we're treating one another unfair. Yeah. Look the way we're living, we're treating one another unfair. What's the hope for the future? What's the hope for the future? What's the hope for the future? The hope for the future. Our forefathers were taken into slavery, but in no more than time like this, we're children and slaves. We're fighting a war not with guns and bullets. The enemies I see are my brothers and my sisters. We're diggers of graves while we're still living. Don't judge a book by its covers. Looks can be deceiving. Whenever the sun shines, must come a rain. Who will come and take away the pain? Look the way we're living, we're treating one another unfair. Look the way we're living, we're treating one another unfair. Yeah. What's the hope for the future? What's the hope for the future? What's the hope for the future? The hope for the future. Yeah. What's the hope for the future? What's the hope for the future? What's the hope for the future? The hope for the future, yeah. The hope for the future, yeah.
I want to say welcome to you all. Thank you for joining the broadcast. I'm excited to be back on the nation's premier platform where we discuss everything Liberia and Liberian related. This is the Dakpannah Show, and I'm your one and only, the unified cable perspicacious Dakpannah, and I broadcast the you via Dakpannah 24 news and television from on top of the world. I want to say thank you for joining me. Continue to share the live. Tell a friend to invite a friend. Before we proceed, the situation in Ukraine is not over yet. Things are getting more chaotic than ever before. The situation in Ukraine is very deplorable. Is getting to the extent where there's a need for urgent attention. There's a need for urgent intervention. People are dying every day. Every day there have been a lot of mass grave discovered. The Federation of Russia, headed by its president, Vladimir Putin, who are considered as a dumb, evil man, wicked, very crazy indeed, is carrying on an unprovoked so-called special operation in Ukraine. Ukraine is a sovereign nation. Ukraine has its own government. Ukraine is practicing democracy to the highest level. I don't really know why Mr. Putin and his Kremlin really want from the people of Ukraine. Those people, they are not in their way, they are not threat to them. Ukraine gave up their nuclear power to Ukraine. Or not to Ukraine, but to Russia. 1992, 93, they gave up their nuclear power for security. They asked for security, and Russia agreed that if you give up your nuclear power, you will not bother you. We will not bother you. But Russia never stood to their war. 2014, they went there again and attacked Ukraine. The Crimea region, they took the Crimea region in 2014. They waged war on Ukraine and took certain portion of Ukraine. This year again, in February, they went ahead again, and they carry on a lot of discussion. Since February, they are in Russia carrying on discussion. Mass murderer. Vladimir Putin is a mass murderer. He's a bloodthirsty vampire. So that's the reason why he found pleasure in killing those innocent people. We want you guys to keep Ukrainians in your prayer. The people of Ukraine in your prayer. The Ukrainian people, keep them in your prayers. We want for God, we call it on God intervention. Because it seems like the entire world is afraid of Russia. I don't really know why. Even in the West, they are doing everything in their power. They're saying that they are trying to avoid a tier war. But something needs to be done. ASAP. Those people are dying. Those people are dying. Those people are suffering. Women are being raped. Young girls are being raped and killed. Innocent children are dying. The humanitarian crisis in Ukraine is the largest ever in the world history. So there's a need for intervention. There's a need for the world to step in and stop the destruction. Destruction is on the rise. We'll continue to stand with the people of Ukraine. They are courageous. They are standing for a cause, standing to protect their country. They are nationalistic and patriotic. Many of them have lost their life, but yet they are not giving up. Some foreign friends, some foreign citizens from other countries, some of them decided to stand with Ukraine by fighting alongside them. Some of them have lost their life. But yet, the president of Ukraine, Vladimir Zelensky, and his people, they are upbeat. They are standing firm to defend their country. We want to call on all of us to pray for Ukraine, that God intervene in the situation. All right. Firstly, before we go to the main issue, normally we listen to Spoon Talk. Spoon Talk is one of the fastest growing media platform in the country. Spoon Talk is a talk show. They are one of the biggest that we can boast of. We can disagree with them all we want, but they are fast growing. They are one of the biggest. in the country or in the media landscape of Liberia. They are one of the biggest. You know, they comes with a lot of. They comes with they are a media empire. They are a media empire because they have 3 radio stations and a television station, and they also have Facebook online outlets or social media outlets. So, but one of the things that interests me, there's a lady on that show who I love so dearly. She's very articulative, and she's a smart woman. Her name is Dr. Francine Chinonwe Richardson. Dr. Francine Chinonwe Richardson is a supporter of Mr. Alexander Benedict Cummings. And Alexander Benedict Cummings is the head of the ANC. He wants to be president of Liberia. He wants to be president of Liberia, and he said that that's the only job he wants. That's the only job he wants. But this lady sat on the show the other day, I think it was day before yesterday. She said that she would not go back to Liberia to work. She would not go back. All of the things she learned in the United States, she don't think it's necessary for her to go back to contribute to the country. She said she will wait for her to retire in the US, and then she can go back to Liberia. She cannot go there and sacrifice. Can you imagine? That lady sat there and said it. She cannot go back home to sacrifice. She cannot go back to impact the newest generation with her knowledge learned in the US. She cannot. She want to get old. She want to retire before she can go back to Liberia. And you see, look at the connection. Look at the connection. That's the same thing that happened. All those people, I always say it, all those people that support Cummings, they all think alike. They all think the same. Because Cummings came to America, he had nothing to do with Liberia. All of the years of our civil crisis, we didn't see Cummings anywhere. He was nowhere to be found. Even in the diaspora, in the refugee camps, we didn't see Cummings nowhere. Cummings was right in Nigeria working for Coca-Cola. He was right in South Africa working. He didn't associate with no Liberia. He didn't. No, he didn't attend none of the peace talks that were held out of the country. After Cummings retired, that's the time he came back to Liberia and said, "Oh, I want to be president." That's the same message that the Francine Chinonwe Richardson is preaching. A nice, beautiful, very smart woman. But she is saying that she learned psychology. She's a doctor. She learned psychology in the US. For her to go, I thought that woman was going to sit on our show the other day and say, "Oh yeah, I think our country needs me. I think our country needs me." Those Zogos that traumatize, the increase of drugs, narcotic drugs, the narcotic substances in our country is high among our youth, a prevalence among our youth. So I thought the woman was going to say, "Yes, if the government can invite me, I will be able to go there and sacrifice for our country. Go there, try to be able to be helpful to the society by, training young people into psychosocial counseling and other things amongst our youth." The youth of Liberia, we are in the highest number. The youth make up like 60 to 70% of our population in Liberia, the youth. So I thought that woman was going to say, "Oh yeah, there's a need for me to go back and contribute." But then the lady say, "No, all my book I learned, I will not go back and do nothing. I will retire in America and then I'll go to Liberia." Can you imagine? Can you guys imagine? Don't you guys see the link? That's the reason why I don't think that Cummings is the best man to rule Liberia. Yes, he has all of the education. Yes, he came to the great United States of America and he was able to excel. Yes, it is true. It was based on hard work that he excelled in corporate America. He reached to the highest level. He worked for several of big brands, big agencies, top notch. But all true, he never associated with Liberia. Never. After he retired, that's the time he wants to be president. He feels now that Liberia is his home because he no more making money. He no more working in America. He retired now. Now he want to go back to Liberia and want to be president by all costs, all means. That's the same with Dr. Francine Chineman Richardson. This lady, after this, the head of the show decided to question her, she had nothing to say. I don't know whether she really regret what she said. You know what it means for you to sit on an international and national platform and say that, I don't want to come back, I don't want to go back to Liberia. And I will retire before I go back. I don't want to work in Liberia until I want to retire before I go back to Liberia. Can you imagine? And that's thing she's saying, that just a blinking lie. Because even today or tomorrow, if Cummings become president, that lady, she only want a fat job. She only want a fat job. If you call that woman now into Liberia and decide to give her a big job that she will be able to be paid good money, she will take it. She will definitely take it. But she don't want to go to sacrifice. She don't want to go to sacrifice where she will not be paid, where she will be able to be able to, to work on the minds of our young people. This lady is saying that no, she will retire before she go to Liberia. And trust me, when that lady, when Cummings for God forbid, if Cummings become president, that lady will be one of the ministers in our country. She'll be one of the ministers. She'll be in big position. She will take that position. So that's the thing. Those are the things that we face with as a country. That's why I said Holy Ghost should fire the demons in our country. Because we Liberians, we are our own demons. We are demons to our country. We are doing everything to backstab our country. Liberia is not gaining any relevance because of us as a people. We are demons. And Holy Ghost need to fire us. I'm disappointed that lady who is very smart and bright, outspoken, always criticizing the weird government, always criticizing people for doing the wrong things. But she sat on the national platform or international platform and said that she don't want to go back to Liberia to work until she will retire before she go back to she will just use Liberia as a retirement home. Can you imagine? The woman wanted to use Liberia as a retirement home. After she retired, then when she's not useful anymore, then she go back home and relax. That's it. So that's the reason why we shouldn't be thinking about even electing Amanda Cummings. Because that's the same thing Cummings did. After he retired from the U.S., he never associated Liberia anywhere. He retired from the U.S. Then he decided to what? go back. Liberia is the elephant made now. He want to go cut his own piece. So you see, that's it. So, and we will continue to speak to these issues. But the whole issue involving CPP is something I really don't like to talk about anymore. Because they are moving in cycles. Now we have another issue again today. They were the party. They went to the court. The justice in Chima said that they should go back and sit together and look at the documents and go back into it. They 70 hours or whatever for the 8 hours, But the thing about it, we are watching. We don't know who is who right now. We don't know who is in charge of the party. Yomi Karen Lauren is claiming that she is in charge. She expelled Musa Bedete from the party. She expelled him. He expelled Musa Bedete and the legs of others from the party. She reappointed the past leadership. She re-invoked the 2015 Constitution. Musa Bede and the guys, they are saying that no, Yombi Kanga Lauren is expelled. I know she expelled from the party. Musa Bede went ahead, those other people that were expelled from the National Executive Committee for paying dues and other things, what happened to them? He changed them. He appointed new executive committee members. Now they are saying that they are recognized by night, and the 2021 Constitution is what they're dealing with. So the whole Liberty Party just rigged my rule. I know right now where Councillor Bronsky is. He just turning around in his grave. He's turning around in his grave. Just turning around in his grave. And I think it's quite unfortunate. It's quite unfortunate. One of the things I want to say here, the daughter of Councillor Charlene Bronsky, needs to be able to stand firm. Tell us, where is she in this whole saga? You cannot be here and there. You cannot be so. No. If you want to be so, then burn with us up. You got to be firm. Stand up. Speak. Look at the both sides. Look at the arguments from the both sides. And then make a position. Make a determination. Because the last time I listened to her on, how you call it, Ablige TV, on Ablige TV in Buchanan, she was like, oh, I respect, Musa Bede is the chairman, Yombiga Law is the political leader. But those people, they are in crisis. What are you doing? The last time you came up, you said that, oh, we will have, you will like for the both parties to meet, and you will like for the both of them, the both of sides, to meet at Councillor Bronsky residence in Sinker, where you guys will be able to sit down and settle things. It has been how many months now? I think 3-4 months gone since you made that statement. There have been nothing being done. But you still sit there and just talking. You're not doing nothing. You need to take action. You guys need to step in. You guys are the Bronskins. That's your father legacy. You need to stand up. Call everybody to order. Bring them to the round table and discuss. Who is wrong? Let them be told that they are wrong. And who is right? Let them be told that they are right, and let them move on. You got men that Dara Dillon instigating all of those things in the party. Dara Dillon, you'll be kind of Lauren. I don't know what kind of relationship between them. I don't know if it's an intimacy or it's just a casual thing. I really don't know. People accusing them of being in some intimacy stuff. Some intimate relationship. It's some intimate relationship. I don't know, but I don't have facts to that. But they are always together. Dylan is an instigator, instigating all of the trouble in the party. When they were electing Benete, we want him, we complain, we cry. This what they said. Yombika Lawrence said that that's not our business. That's not our business. So there are a lot of things happening in the Liberty Party. So we hope that this meeting with the request from the Justice Inchima will be respected, and they will sit on the round table, and then after, I think 3 days or so, on the 30 hours or 48 hours, I think 70 hours, right? After that, they will be able to go back and be able to what? Settle the issue. So that Liberty Party can regain its vibrancy, its respect. Because when Councillor Bronsky was alive, Liberty Party was a respectable party. It was one of the respectable parties in our country. They used to speak to the issues. They held the government feet to the fire responsibly. So that's it. We will continue to watch. Now we also saw the United Party lawmakers during the week. We saw United Party's lawmaker with some partisans staging a peaceful march to the various embassies in the country, where I didn't get to read their petition, but we listened to the chanting. What they were saying was no United Party, no election, no Kotima, no election. So it seems like they are not happy with the ruling from the National Election Commission, disallowing Kotima to run on a United Party ticket, disallowing United Party from feeding a candidate. Because, United Party, ANC, ALP, LP, they all went into what? A collaboration. They went into a collaboration. And there are some clauses in that document, I think 8.5, that says that if you want to leave, you got to go through the ranks and file. You got to properly go through the channel. Properly go through the channel for you to leave. But it's like Unity Party and the ALP, they didn't really follow the proper channel. They really didn't go through the proper step. They just left. Unceremoniously, they left. Unceremoniously, they left. So now ANC and LP, Mozambique fashion, they are saying that they will not sit there and allow UP to feel Canada because as far as they're concerned, UP is still part of the CPP. So, because of that, NEC said yes. From the document we have here, it means that you guys didn't read it or went through the proper channel. You guys just left. You guys didn't follow the proper procedure to leave. So you guys, because of that, we will not allow Kalaba Kotima to move on, to represent UP. And for the local things, if they deny Kalaba Kotima, if they deny him, he will not contest because the time for independent candidate, the time for everything is closed. The nomination time is closed. So no more nomination. So he filed on the UP ticket. If he is disallowed to contest on the UP ticket, he cannot go at independent anymore. No way. He cannot. Because the time for independent candidate, the time for the political parties, it have expired. So that's what it is. So now they are disenchanted. But they said that they were going to the Supreme Court. So you guys talk flat to the Supreme Court. The Supreme Court hasn't heard the issue yet, but you guys now going to the U.S. Embassy. They think about our people. I don't know what's going on. We don't respect the laws of our land. The law is the law. The United States government, the European Union, the ECOWAS, whosoever, they cannot circumvent the law. They cannot circumvent our law. They cannot circumvent our law. The fact of the matter here is that when you have this issue, you have this problem, you go to the Supreme Court. And that while I heard a lawyer that day announcing that he will take an appeal, they will take an appeal to the Supreme Court. So why can't they go to the Supreme Court? They claim that they are on their way to the Supreme Court. I don't know why they are already there. But they are already there. I will take it at it is. They are already at the Supreme Court. So why can't they what? Why can't they wait? So why the lawmaker went ahead and started doing march along with some partisans? And they were trying to be hostile to find the U.S. Embassy or securities and all that stuff. I don't know, it was a floor show because we saw some of those lawmakers, they couldn't even march. They were there. Francis Sakida Yumane, one of the men who always issued threatening statement. He was one of those who used to issue threatening statement as it related to Bernie Samuka. He was saying that if Bernie Samuka is not allowed to represent the people of Lofa, there will be consequences. There will be consequences. There will be, the entire government will be in trouble. So what happened now? He was one of those. After they went to the U.S. Embassy, he couldn't even walk from the U.S. Embassy to the European Union. He couldn't walk. They had to get in car. Even the party chairman, Amin Munda, these guys, they are not grassroots. Those guys, most of them were born with silver spoon. More especially the men, Amin Munda, born with silver spoon. So he don't have that kind of energy, that kind of strength, you know. So what happened? You saw him. He had to get in his car. While the partisans under the Bernie son, the other partisans under the Bernie son, he was in his car, in an air-cooled car. Can you imagine? Those are the kind of people that want for them to rule us. You saw what they exhibited during that march. You saw what they exhibited. Those are the people that will want them to rule us. Where was Joseph Boakai? He was nowhere to be found. In these kind of times, that's the time you're supposed to see Joseph Boakai. You guys, they claim that Joseph Boakai is the best man. Boakai has all the experience. He has love for his people. What happened? Why we didn't see Boakai? Boakai was not there. I hope Mr. Aliyu of Camara is following. So he can call in and tell me, why didn't Boakai go there? Boakai is also refusing. Boakai is also refusing to go testify. Boakai is also refusing. The last time Mr. Aliyu Camara was challenging me, the sheriff went there to the party headquarters. They said, oh, the Boakai was not there, he was to the house. The next day, the man went to Boakai. The EPS guy said, oh, Boakai is inside. The former vice president inside. He is what? He is dressing. I will let him know. After some time, the EPS guy can say, oh, but the paper level, he went Canaville. Can you imagine? He's refusing. So there are some mixed reactions. Some people said that today, some people were saying that Boakai was issued the raid today. He was issued the subpoena letter today to go testify. Some people say no, he was not issued it. So I don't know who is saying what. So the fact of the matter here is that Boakai was not there, but we saw some lawmakers there, Unity Party lawmakers. We saw some of them there. Some of them couldn't even march. They were jumping in their cars. Some of them. But we saw some of them marching. But the fact of the matter here is that I listen to someone saying the government. I don't know why you guys want to put the government in this thing. The government is not ALP. ALP was the one. ALP was the one that left. UP was the one that left. So you guys left. You guys decided to leave. You guys knew that you should have followed a procedure within the framework document that brought the four parties together. But you guys didn't follow it, but you left. And then now you're crying that the government. So the fact of the matter, yeah, it will watch and see how it will take place, how it will interplay, how it will take place. So now that goes to the main issue. I want to ask you guys, who is in charge of Liberia? Do we rather have a government in Liberia? Do we rather have a president in our country? Do we? It made me to think about the late Emmanuel Buyo. The late Emmanuel Buyo always used to ask during any time, the most especially her second term, he's like, who is in charge? It's like nobody's in charge. Nobody's in charge. Who is really in charge of Liberia? Do we have a president in Liberia? Do we have a man who is focused, steadfast? Do we have a man who is sensitive to the plight of the Liberian people? Do we have a president in that country? Do we really have? If you ask me, I would say we don't have a president in Liberia. We don't have a president in Liberia. Because if we have a president in Liberia, those things that happen in our country would not be happening. If we have a president in Liberia, the situation involving our airport, in endangering the lives of Liberians and our international guests or partners would not be happening. What kind of president we have in our country cannot take any decision? Is this the change that George Weah promised us? Do you know what some of us went through to campaign for George Weah 2017? It was not an easy thing. Campaigning for George Weah, it was just like you committing a crime. 2017. From the time George Weah got in power, and not in power, but the time George Weah got into politics, from 2005 to 2011 to 2017, anybody who stand to campaign for George Weah or who stand to support George Weah, it was just like they committing a crime. People burn them. People consider those who supported Weah as hooligans, good for nothing. So now, people stood up. They put their neck on charge, but people said that the man had love for Liberia. This is the best man. He is not a typical politician. He is somebody who just loves Liberia. So he will use a connection. He will use his influence to change Liberia. He said we shouldn't judge him by his eloquence, but we should judge him by the decision. But he's not even making any sound decision. What kind of decision George Weah is making in Liberia? You are allowing people to control you. You are allowing your cronies to mislead you, or what? What is going on? Why are you not taking the decision that you're supposed to take? Every time we put our problem on the wall, oh, the reason why Liberia is backward because of the war. That's not true. Do you know how many countries that fought war even better than ours? Today, they have all recalibrated and they are transforming their country. Look at our neighbors, Sierra Leone, also fought war. Destruction took place. Look at our neighbors, Ivory Coast. War was also fought in Ivory Coast. War was fought in Rwanda and other countries in Africa. But today, they are one. They are putting together their broken pieces and they are moving on in developing their country. Look at us, Liberia. We are backward. Since the inception of the Weah-led administration, there have been a lot of wrong things happening in Liberia, things that are uncalled for. Do you know why it takes for you to have an international airport that lacks electricity? Do you know the danger it poses to the lives of the people that are traveling in and out of Liberia? Do you know the danger? Do you know how much it will cost Liberia if, for God forbid, excuse, if any of the plane crash in Liberia because of electrical fault? Since this president Weah took office, the situation is just happening. Things are just happening, and there have been no solution to the problem in our country. What is the solution? What is he doing? He's not talking. He's not even speaking. He's not taking action. Since we are got in power, what have been the major shape of the government? What have been any changes he made in the government? He put people in power. They are not doing the right thing. You keep them in power. Some of them they are caught into corruption, investigated by the LSCC. Yet you keep them in power. Men like Dwana Kamara, the legs of the NEC chair, they were at Brand Lasana, and so forth. You keep it there in power. So who are you? Are you a president, or did you go to Liberia to just get your wealth? Did you just go to Liberia to get wealth? To how you call it? Wealth at the expense of the Liberian people? Is that what we elected you for? You know how painful it is? You know how painful it is? Those are all that stood for you. Those are all that supported you. Look at how you desperately performing, Mr. George Weah. You are desperately performing. And we need to tell you the fact. You are desperately performing. And you are telling us that you want to recontest 2023. How will we be convinced? How will we be encouraged to elect you when on your first term, 5 years gone, we are yet to see your sound decision? We are yet to see any sound decision that you have taken. We are yet to see it. Look at the case of the RRA. What's so big about the situation like it cannot be solved? But you guys always want to shift bling, and shift bling. This is the reason. The reason why we didn't elect Unity Party for the third term. Because if we're going to elect Bwaka, we're going to be electing Unity Party for the third term. That's the reason, because of the performance. Erin did a lot of good things during her first term. But the second term, it was a mess up. It was a mess up second term. So that's the reason why we saw you, even though you don't have no prior experience, no knowledge about government, about presidency, whatever, or leadership, whatever. But yet, we decided to give you the opportunity because you appealed to us. You appealed to us in 2005, 2011, even though you didn't contest as president, but you contested as vice. So you also appealed to us. So 2017, we said, okay, let us give this man the thing. He had been crying too long. Let us give him the opportunity. Let us not deny him. Let us give him the opportunity. We gave you the opportunity now. What is he doing with the opportunity? You mismanaging, you misusing the opportunity. You misusing the opportunity. You're not making any sound decision in that country. You put people in power that are not loyal to you. You put people in power that are corrupt. People that lack the requisite experience. Those are the people that you put into the kind of position that need people with expertise. How will you feel? The situation that occurred the other day on the 27th, the situation that occurred with the what? The SM Brussels. The situation that occurred. How you are going to put it? How you are going to put it if that plane were going to crash? You know how many people that were in that flight and they talked about how scary it was? How scary it was when the pilot announced that when they got over Liberia, they had no communication with our RIA. There was no communication because of electricity. So they had to manage their little fuel to go back to Sierra Leone. Can you imagine that? And how scary it was. What kind of thing is that? The last time President Weah, you came from Dubai, it was the same old problem. Why are you not taking action? One of the things that hurt me with all of this situation that are going on, President Weah is always at the new sport park playing. Yesterday he was there. The country is faced with a kind of serious crisis, serious situation. You're not doing nothing as a president. You're not even taking decision where you will see hairs rolling. Where you will see hairs rolling. A good leader, they will fire people. People that are responsible, they will fire people. But you take no decision. But yet, yesterday you go play football, you go play game. It is what we put you in office for, to bring disgrace to our country. Because your entire government is a messed up government and they are disgracing our country. Look at the innocent killings that are taking place in Liberia. On your watch. The whole security in the country is very poor on your watch. Mr. President, Mr. George Weah, we all love you, but you are not performing. You are not up to the task. I really don't know whether you ever listening, because it seems like you are very stubborn and hard-headed president that don't listen to nothing. You don't listen to nothing. You just do whatever you feel. And as a leader, you should be there to listen to your people. It's frustrating. It's painful. That's a left threat on our country. That's a left threat. Death sentence. The RIA is turning to be a death sentence. Now you have the International Aviation Organization in Liberia. They carry on inspection. All of these things happening. If they reduce Liberia, if they reduce Liberia to level 4 or level 3, then we will not be able to bring in no international flight, no big flight. Only this little plane will be coming, or people will be walking. Because people will be stopping now to Ghana, Ivory Coast, Sierra Leone. There where they will be coming, either be taking the small flight. So only small flight will be allowed to come in Liberia. Can you imagine? You see the kind of problem you're putting on our country. The country is already high. The economy is bad, but you are increasing it. You are increasing it, adding more damage to our country. You are increasing it, adding more danger to our country. There were a lot of infrastructure set up under Manasseh, but it seems that under this regime is breaking down. It's damaged. The whole country is a mess. Under this 5 years rule of George Weah, Liberia stands to be a total mess. Nothing is working in that country. Absolutely nothing. Everybody crying. Our relatives calling on us more than ever before to help them back home. Things are tough. You have few people working in the government, but the majority are not working. And President Weah, you sit there, you not taking action. So it tells me that you too, you are in favor of their dismal performance. It's sad for our country. This is totally sad for our country. This is totally sad for our country. We cannot continue to sit and see these things happening and we don't talk. There's a need for President Weah. You need to step up your game and take the action, the needed action to revive the Royal International Airport, to revive the sectors of our country. You guys need to rebrand the country. You guys need to change a lot of things in our country. Yes, we know you are not the cause of most of the things, but you are the president, and the blame will be placed on you, and you should be able to take the blame. That you saw all of those things. You was a senator. You saw all of those things, and you said that you wanted to be. Now you are. So why are you not performing? Why you are not up to the task? This is totally sad. If you continue to proceed, then I don't think it will do us any good if we give you second term comes 2023. No, it will do us no good. People are very corrupt. You got corrupt government officials. Corrupt government officials. You are not taking actions against your people. So this is totally wrong. What do you guys make of the situation in Liberia? Most especially the Royal International Airport. All of the electrical outage that been taking place in our country over in recent times that leading to the endangering of the lives of our people. Most of the flags were Air Morocco, SN Brussels, Air France. I think tomorrow will be the last day for their operations. What do you guys make of everything that happened in Liberia? What do you guys make of everything that happened in Liberia under the wife of Algeria? You can put your course shoe and I will take your course. Let's go ahead and take some course and let's move on. That's what I have to say. I'm disappointed in this government. I'm disappointed in the leadership of George Weah. George Weah is not acting like a serious-minded leader. He is not acting like a serious-minded leader. A serious-minded leader who have love for his people. No, he does not. He's seen happening. He's not taking the proper decision. He's not taking the decision to put an end to all of these things that are happening. The Royal International Airport, the problem must be solved. You have his ministers, they come on the national platform, on the media, and speak all lies. Oh, we'll solve the problem. Oh, it will be solved. Oh, it has already been solved. At the end of the day, it turns out that nothing has been solved. Can you imagine? Some people I got some sources in our country that told me that most of the government ministries, they are not really functioning. People go down there, they just sit down without no work going on. No work going on. Because no money to even buy fuel. LEC is messed up. No money for people to even buy fuel for the generator. Even when the generator spoils, no money to even fix it. So what is going on? Can we manage with the one that we have? People are not putting the country first. They are only after to satisfy their pockets. And that's the reason why I listen to people, and you know it sounds funny, but it's serious. Calling on the richest man in the world, Elinor, the guy who bought Twitter these few days to buy Liberia. Yeah. We are our own demons. Holy Ghost need to fire the demon in our country. George Weah, who we felt that we're going to be the change. We felt that George Weah was going to make us proud. George Weah is a downtrodden. He came from the slums, from the ghettos. He got opportunity to play football. He's not a practical politician. We decided to give him an opportunity because all of those other politicians fail us. So we said, okay, let's try somebody who is a novice. This man will use his wisdom to bring the needed change. By the end of the day, it turned out that Joe even seems to be worse. Worse. That's the reason why I'm not just settling to just put anybody in office in Liberia anymore. I'm not settling to just make anybody president. I got to really know who you are. I got to ascertain. I got to really evaluate you before I raise a hand to be, or to campaign for you, or to encourage people for you to be president. So the things are not improving in Liberia. Things are bad. We all love Joe Weah. We support his government. But the fact of the matter here is that the truth must be told. Joe Weah is messing up. He's desperately performing. He's not meeting the needs of the people. The basic social necessity that he's supposed to provide for the country is lacking. It's lacking. It's lacking. You guys can call in and have your say. I've said mine. I would appreciate if you guys can call in. Don't take my word. Don't take my word. You can disagree with me. Maybe you want to agree with me, whatever. Maybe you have another view. Go ahead. Put a call shoe. Let me try to see if I can pin the number. Perhaps the number is in the description of the video. But let me try to pin the number and see whether some other people want to participate. So let me see. So let me see. So yeah, trying to put the numbers there now so you guys can call in. Okay, I'm trying to put the numbers there. Okay, I'm trying to, the number is there now. Let me see if I can pin it. Okay, the number is pinned. So if you want to participate, you can call that number. If you're in the US, you can dial that number directly and you'll have yourself onto the line. If you're outside the US, you can add +1 and then you dial the number. You call me direct, or you can call me via WhatsApp or via Messenger. So I'm here for some time to take your calls. I have said mine. It's time for you to say yours. Let's make it interactive. This is an interactive platform where we agree to disagree, dialogue, and not allow ourselves to get into confrontation. No. So you can put your call shoe and I have a conversation. Okay. I got a caller here. Caller here, hold on right there. Oh yeah, hold on right there, caller. I'm coming for you. Let me put you through the speakers. Just hold on right there. Okay. Got a caller here. Caller, welcome. Your name and where you calling from?
Yeah, my name is Elijah Emmett.
All right, my dear brother, where have you been?
Yeah, I've been around now. I've been all over this place now. Also in Kinky, in America.
All right, go ahead and put your points shoot.
Yes, you know, a long time ago, I always tell you about this government. It's not just about this government, but why other people expect it from this government. People, more especially those people that were sending the rain. Some of them are dead today. I always tell you that I don't believe in the past. I don't believe in the past because the past is gone. You always, when they break, you wake up, you step on a new ground, you walk with a new faith. You understand? Their government, their identical government that we got today, the George Weah-led government, all of what they do is all, when anyone go talk, they will take you from the present to the past. And he was there 12 years. That's why we hear all the time. And for me, I told you, I don't believe in anyone. I don't believe in past. But now and then, if you go in any government office or any whatever, they discuss the past government more than the present government. That's what happens. You make these guys lazy. You make these government officials that are supposed to work, they don't work. They are lazy. So what they do, they relax. See what's going on at the airport. Nothing. You cannot, you ever hear the government take any action when anything happened the first time? The government should take action, but now, no action taken. It continues happening. And guess what?
It's chaotic. That will lead to serious trouble.
Trouble is coming. Trouble is coming. But what I'm going to say, my brother, we are listening. We only fight for tomorrow. I don't look back. So this government keep looking back. And when you look back, you will go back. You will go back to the 40th. That's what happened. This government is going back. They ain't talking about going east from, but they're going back. Wherever you watch food, wherever they talk something, you see, like I said, they get killed. I saw him there. He will mention. I saw you mention something about this government that is going back. He will mention about any government.
And that is
so
wrong.
that's what happened. Our country going backward. It's not going forward. You understand? Thank you very much, brother. I'm back in town.
Thank you. Okay, so you can do the same. That's our dear brother, Mr. Elijah Innes. So once you can call in and have your say as well. So the line is open for you guys to call in and have your say. Put your points through. Let's have a conversation. Don't take my word. Call in. Perhaps you have a counter reaction to what I said. You have a counter reaction to what I said. So you can call in and have your say. I'm open to disagreement. You can call in and disagree. Perhaps you want to add up, perhaps you agree with what I said, but you want to buttress me. You can. Or maybe some things that I said, I was not truthful. You can come here and correct me. Let's say something. Go ahead, put your points through. So let me try to read some of the comments here while I wait your course. Okay. I'm still waiting your calls. Call in and have your say. Okay, I got a call here. Call a welcome your name, where you calling from?
My man, I was sleeping. Somebody called me and they said you're on my knee. So I tried to call.
Go ahead and put your point shoe. Une said the other day we saw the United Party, some lawmakers and other partisans station.
I listened to almost everything you said.
Okay. So I was wondering why we didn't see Joseph Boakai. He was not part of the march. But go ahead and put the point shoe.
Yeah, you got a great point. And people talk about Vladimir Putin and Vladimir Zelensky. Putin launched war in Ukraine. But I wonder why Putin is not in the front fighting with Ukraine or with the Pakistan. I just wonder why Zelensky challenging Putin, but Zelensky not going to the front. I wonder why. I know you will answer that question.
You want Zelensky to go on the front?
Oh, you want Boakai to go in the front?
But you comparing apple and oranges here?
Oh, okay.
Are you comparing apple and oranges?
We had angry mob and rioters entering the Capitol building. Something that says Trump initiated or instigated. They would never saw Trump at the Capitol building. I wonder why Trump didn't go to the Capitol building. For some reason, Liberian people tend to live in this utopia. You know, I like to call it a floating utopia. It really doesn't touch the soil. You want a former vice president, ambassador, minister, director, general, everything you can think about. Whenever something happens, say, well, VP Burger or not there. Ben Nigeria sue Cummings and the ANC. Ben Nigeria not going to court. They can't say, well, Ben Nigeria or not there. Why Burger can't be there? That Burger carry coming to court?
But,
why?
But
I can't understand why you're behind Burger so much.
If they subpoena Burger should go there and say what he know.
But you see, everybody know more than everything. You know, the motorcyclists know more than medical doctors. The people who immediate thing, they know more than the law. And it becomes a problem when people know everything but does not specialize in anything. It can be very difficult.
Some of us, we are not pretending to be lawyers, but the fact of the matter here is that he was subpoenaed. The sheriff took the raid to the Uniparty office.
What is the definition of a subpoena? Writing a subpoena, does that mean someone was subpoenaed? When you are subpoenaed, you receive it and you sign for it, you automatically are subpoenaed.
He deliberately refused to sign for it.
Well, then again, that's an intent you're trying to establish. Who can establish that he deliberately did?
Yes, because of what the sheriff said.
Oh, hearsay. But let me just say this to you.
Mr. Kamara, I think it's disingenuous for you to come on here and want to try to defend Puaka for not, going to these rallies. Puaka
I wonder. I'm not defending them. I'm just wondering. I'm very much wondering why is it that Joseph Yuma Boka, former vice president of Liberia, we now wear his short dresses and tie a hit out a head, joint from rioters and began rioting. I wonder why.
Hold on, Bob. The peaceful march that took place, you saw any rioting going on. You saw lawmakers. You saw hierarchies of the party. They were there. So why not Puaka?
And the next question I let to understand is, why is it another man here hating? The person who hit is not taking a Panadol. You the one taking the aspirin for the other man on the headache. The Unity Party march, they were satisfied with their team. They went to where they wanted to go. They're not complaining about Boka. Unity Party ever complained to you about Boka?
The same thing that Yomika Lauren said, that was showing them now. The same thing you saying that what Yomika Lauren told us when they were electing Bailey, she said, where you gotta do our business? We didn't worry you. Now they say
it's still Liberty Party business. Yeah, they don't want to go. You want to go with them today?
But we told them we want them that could have been avoided.
That does not negate the fact that it's still their business. It is their business.
Okay.
All right.
Yeah, every time you hosting show on it.
Let me just say this.
Go ahead.
You know. I try to brush out the irrelevant, and I want to touch on some things that are very relevant. You ask a question, a very crucial question.
Once it comes to Puaka, it's always irrelevant. So go ahead.
No, but to be frank with you, I have never seen any permanent leader of any of our contemporary societies that stand in front of rioters and go around rioting. Didn't happen. So the only time Nelson Mandela even did it was when he was only a militant.
So you consider that as a rioting that took place the other day? It was a peaceful march. Why you keep talking about rioters rioting?
No. Whether it was a peaceful march or not, the reason why I say it's irrelevant is Prince Moye and other people organized the protest. They decided they were going, not necessarily a protest, a peaceful march. They decided that they were going to march. Did you hear Burger say, I'm going to march? Did Prince Moy tell you the entire United Party is going to march? No, they did not tell you that. There are very serious issues in the country that we should be paying attention to. When you have a government in a country that does not take responsibility or isn't responsible at all, then we should not be misdirecting our energy or our synergy. We should focus those energies on this particular government. This government is steering the affairs of your country. This is the government that sits over your natural resources. This is the government that sits over your central bank and your security apparatus. Let me tell you something. The brutality that is going on without any reprimansion is too much in the country, and you guys are not paying attention. A girl, I think it was yesterday, in the Tinga village area, massively beaten, brutalized by quote-unquote motorcyclists because they suspected, and they don't have to go through the Ministry of Justice or any legal proceeding. The motorcyclist suspected that the girl was a motorcycle thief. That's all they needed, their suspicion. They beat her to almost to death. In the process of beating that girl, they beat the girl until a community dweller had to rescue the girl. In the process of beating that girl, it took sufficient amount of time, Dakpannah. And guess what? No security personnel ever appeared.
Wow.
And when somebody tried to rescue the girl, the motorcyclist persisted and insisted that whoever had the girl must turn the girl over to them as if to say the girl was their property. They threatened to burn the house of the rescuer, and that female had no other choice but to release that girl to the motorcyclist, and then they begin their brutalization of the girl all over again. People standing by, there's nothing they can do about it because the motorcyclist says so. All right? Then you have another group called the Zogos. They make up their mind what they want to do, when they want to do, and there's nobody, no man in the entire country to stop them. Dara's Dillon bodyguards decided they will flog a man, beat and butt naked his fiancée in the street, and can nobody do a damn thing about it. We have some serious issues going on, Dakpannah. You're asking a former vice president to go walk around Broad Street. When there are serious things facing the country.
That's also a significant issue because
that's just
if the lawmakers, if the lawmakers can go there, why can't he go there? But
let's tell some very serious talk. Some very serious issues. We're talking about somebody walking from Broad Street to
those other issues with the government.
That one important to you, fine. You think about that. But what I'm telling you, look, we're having some very serious issues. I came on your show the other day. I told you there were 3 or 4 things I enumerated to you. You cannot have development with these things. All of them, they go simultaneously. Electricity, water and sanitation, security, and health. George Weah has none of those 4. He is not really attempting on any of those 4. Electricity can enhance the living conditions of the people. Electricity can improve economic activities of the country, way beyond a park on Springfield airfield. No comparison. Do you understand what I'm saying? He has $10 million in the budget for him just to go and do nonsense. When he owed the West African Power Grid $9 million. I was speaking with some friends today in Kenema. Kenema is the 3rd largest city of Sierra Leone. 3rd. They have 24-hour electricity, no blinking of a light.
But let's be fair to we are government. That CLSG land, when we are took over, any government was owing $7 million. And Joe came there and added up to $9 million. So I don't know why the Erin Boaga government didn't pay that money.
You know, this methodology of your devil advocacy sucks.
But the way it sounds like that all of the money was accumulated on a weir. So
when Ellen was president, prior to Ellen turning over to George Weah in January of 2018, Kokopa never got her electricity. Ganta never got her electricity. Zueju graduated her electricity. Playboy Maryland going to happen her electricity. All you had to do was to expand on it. Is that the excuse for after 5 years that all the other government are owing to? Is that the excuse?
Let be fair. When they started that thing, yes, articles they were giving the current, but when the money started increasing, that's how they decided to stop when Joe took over. When it went to 9 million, how they decided to stop. But Eddie, when
you know what? When I was doing a different thing, something I want to talk about, I will lead out that other thing on there because again, this is the same argument they had at the airport. Ellen Justice Ali never used that new terminal. The terminal was not open. Okay? George Weah came to open the terminal. He did not check the terminal whether they had up-to-date equipment. He did not check anything. He went and launched the terminal open. Then when the generator go off, they say, oh, that Ellie was responsible because she not buy a certain kind of generator. And that you open the terminal to everybody, how can you inspect all the things before you open the terminal? But I understand the devil advocate, so you will say, well, the terminal is supposed to be 15 million, but I only 15 million. But why you open it and now say, or why you open it and not face the problem before you open it? Why did you open it? All right? Ellen 2013, 14, 15, 16, we still go to Monrovia. Electricity was in Monrovia. At least, even though not on the streets like the street lights, but the Monrovia homes had current. They had consistent current. Once in a while it went, but it was current.
But you also know that the money that is spent.
Oh, man, that's my friend, man. The money that is spent. Okay, the money that they spend, how much are you spending now? What are you doing with your own spending? Listen, the money that they spend, the power, the hydro was completely destroyed at ground level. The money they spent, they build structure, they build a power grid to an extent. Before they came, it was only up to 60. They came, they make it 80. Okay, you now come and say, okay, 80 was not enough. For 5 years, you complained 80 was not enough. How much have you added to the 80?
That's the government ask. I'm going to ask.
No. You see, these are just the unnecessary, I don't want to say stupid, but the argument, CDC argument never makes sense. It has no logic. To say, okay, somebody was producing drawing water from out of the hole. When they were drawing the water out of the hole, they were only producing 10 gallons from the hole. Then you take over the hole. You go down to 7 gallons. You say, but what about them? When they were here before, they were only doing 10. What do you mean they were only doing 10? Well, you can't tell me what you have added to that 10. They say government is continuity. What have you added to that 10? When the police messes up, they say, oh, the police will get here, and now we don't want to bring the police home. And the city police, Ellen Justice Service train. So my question then is, why did you want to be president? Why did you want to lead the country? You wanted to lead the country to pay your debt? Well, any day you wanted to do it too? Is that why you fought to run the country? Dakpannah, is that your argument? That, oh, the poll was supposed to be 15 million, but what they're seeing there at 15 million, okay, you see 15 million there, it's supposed to be 50. You see 15 million there. You've been there for 5 years. How many million you have added to that 15 million to that airport? How many? Nothing. Okay. Oh, the sound says the 4 Bugo contract, the sound says the 5 Bugo contract. Okay, yeah, it makes sense. Why you want to contract in our sound?
But all of those things cripple the country economy, and some of those things are the cause of where we are today.
Okay, I hate to do comparison with us and real serious country, then we go back, we'll get something. I don't know whether that's serious country.
But the fact of the matter is
when Obama took over from George Bush, they said the economy was in recession, right? Did the economy remain in recession or get worse, or did Obama improve the economy from where he made it?
Yeah, he improved it within his second term.
But why Obama and other people not say that here? They complain, say, oh, they put mess of the country in recession. So that mess it up.
He couldn't improve it in 4 years. He had to go for 8 years.
How many years Obama had? The first 4, the country was on a red trajectory. In the first 4, the whole country was in a red trajectory.
The first 4 were tough.
Okay, and how long Trump stay in power? Let's be frank. Trump became president. Say, I've been in the country for years. I've made the highest amount of money under Donald Trump than any other president. And he was only in power for 4 years. He turned the economy around. He rebuilt the military. None of the United States military is the most powerful in terms of equipment in the entire world. Donald Trump. How many years do you need to do something? Let me just say something about Ellen Johnson. People talk about Ellen. I'm not a United Party man. I'm not a greatest fan of Ellen Johnson either. When Ellen took over, there was an $80 million economy. 80 under Judy Bryan. Ellen took it from 80 to 420 million. Do you consider that progress?
Where did the money go?
Okay. When Ellen came, you had one terminal. When Ellen came, you had one small terminal. Small little terminal.
Mr. Kamara, the budget will increase for Ellen to satisfy her cronies.
Okay, well, I can't spend my time on that kind of opinion. But I'm just giving you these things for you to look at.
Nothing.
Okay?
He said nothing.
Ellen came, there was one small apartment at the airport, they call it terminal. Ellen changed it, so you see the not 50 million or 15 million. Okay, Ellen changed it from 1 million to 15 million. Let's just take a number for you. Since you came, you have not added anything to that one. You understand what I'm telling you?
I get it.
Ellen Key, you never had hydro. My coffee was done. Ellen put something there at least. Okay, when you put in there now? And remember one thing though, most of the things that Ellen did were done in the first 6 years. The road, the expansion of the road from Monrovia all the way to Ganta border.
And then what happened during this
As the first 6 years.
What happened during the remaining 6 years? That's the time all hell broke loose. Everything broke down.
Well, again, what I'm telling you, you said Joey, I can't do this so time. I'm telling you, Ellen Johnson took over a government that was completely non-existent.
Yeah,
she organized the GACC. She organized all the different good government commissions. She structured the government. She put all the anti-corruption agencies together. All you have to do, even the health administration, she organized everything. All you had to do was to kind of follow everything. You trust everything. You destroy everything.
She was fully supported by the international community.
Oh, man, that made me hungry, man. Even the cooking
calories. A lot of money pumped into the country. Ellen was fully supported.
But why was money pumped into the country?
Because we just came from war.
No, because they trusted the person that was leading the country.
That's not true.
You don't just become president and money just start coming in the country. There's a reason why Joey became president and money not just coming in the country.
You also know.
You got to show a project proposals. Not only that you have to show project proposals, the people have to go through all your different reports. For instance, your human rights report. George has a dilapidated human rights report.
Do you also know
your justice system? Okay, you see what we got.
Do you also know that it took people like Joe Weah and other prominent Liberians to go for the donor conference for money to be given to Liberia?
And that's what I'm moving, man.
Yeah.
I'm talking seriously. You just keep joking.
Oh, yeah, but not joking. We're getting facts.
You didn't spend my time to call your land with
Joseph
a joke.
Boakai sat there, all these wrong things happened. He didn't do nothing. Now he want to be president, and you want to push him.
Oh.
Boakai was the number 2 man. When Ellen admitted to corruption in her government, she took responsibility for corruption and so forth. So you cannot just say...
You jump in all over the place. Now you're not jumping Boakai. Let me tell you this. Let me tell you this. When the time comes for Boakai to be held responsible for the decision he makes, we will hold him responsible. Under our laws, the president is the one who can even sign any concession. The president is the one who can sign any legislation. The president is the one. And I say the president and the vice president. The president.
You also know that Boakai had influence because he was the president of the Senate.
What What is the function of the president of the Senate, Dakpannah?
He there to preside and to break tie, but he has influence. He has influence. He could.
What you were telling about Joe Howard right now? You show Joe Howard like got influence in her house right now?
She do.
Eh?
She
That's
do.
what I start getting there.
I remember coming.
You can see something where you want to get black. Because I have power. Better go from there. I better thank you, man. I'll be watching.
Thank you. So you can do the same, put your court shoe. That means I leave camera, a staunch supporter of Joseph Boakai. Okay, I got a caller here. Caller, welcome your name and where you calling from?
Hey, Dakpannah, how you doing?
I'm good, your name and where you calling from?
Melvin Down.
Oh, Melvin Down, go ahead, my dear brother. Where you calling from now? Liberia or
I stay
Brussels?
out here in Brussels, man.
Okay.
I ain't go here. I ain't leaving till the 19th of next month. I told you that.
Okay, go ahead, put your point shoe, my dear brother.
You know, my brother that I was talking down there, he made some point that is interesting, but then some of it, he just basically trying to prove to us that he's a Liberty Party person.
United Party.
A United Party person, because Eddie, every time they bring Eddie to ask her questions, she always admit to corruption. She never, say, oh, I didn't do this, I didn't do that, right? Okay. Some of this problem with the airport situation, Eddie is to be blamed, because Eddie knew this. Eddie knew that when she was building our airport, she knew that the LEC will have problems. You don't know that. You're trying to say that Eddie didn't know that the damn coffee or wherever they say they get current coming from. She didn't know that the water was going to be going low sometimes. I mean, she should have put a plan in place. Now, we're not talking about generator. Come on, a woman who went to school in America here, went to one of the biggest universities, and should have solved Liberia problem. I almost sat down in class with who? Obama then, right? So you should have known better. At least try to put solar panel in our place instead of generator. The solar panel in our place, it would provide at least just to get the airport going. Because what's going on here, Air France and other airlines are going to pull out. If Brussels get out of there, trust me, it's going to get worse. I'm telling you, a lot of people have been hearing, a lot of people that know this problem, that seen it since it happened in 2017. Most of our brothers then and sisters then, oh, Brussels get to Liberia too late. I say, you're ungrateful. You understand? Do you think the French people give a damn about us when they pull their plane out of Liberia? Other airline.
You only got one more
Do you
day.
think they give a damn about you and I?
Air France got one more day.
Air France on their website, the announcement said that their last flight was going to be on the 28th of March. My father just came from Liberia on Saturday. He traveled on Air Cote d'Ivoire to Africa, the same way he traveled on Air Cote d'Ivoire from because Air France took him to Africa. And then he landed there on Saturday, and then he spent the night and got on a plane there, got on Air Cote d'Ivoire and came to Liberia. That's the same way he traveled. The same thing my brother-in-law in Liberia, he went there with Air France, but then that was I think sometime this month he went there on the 1st of this month. He went there. He went with Air France. But now they are rerouting him where he's taking a plane all the way to Abuja. Before even he get on a plane to come to Africa, it's ridiculous. You understand? What I'm trying to say here is that I'm not backing any other government because as far as I know, nobody in Liberia at this time that can prove to us and that will tell me that they will do better with Liberia's situation. I heard something about they are trying to arrange, they said Ghana saying that we should give them $43 million to be able to provide electricity. If they can do that, let's do it. Let's start putting money into it to get back.
But I disagree. Why can't you pay the $9 million to the CLSG? Then you want to get Ghana for $80 million all the way over.
However they can do it. To me, Liberia people, the government of Liberia, Dakpannah, the government of Liberia is just being lazy. You understand? The current very stable in Ganta, Nema County.
Yeah.
People that go there. Why you can play more lipo and try to pull more tension wire to pull out
CSG
into
the
Monrovia?
article is saying that they will not continue because government of Liberia owed 9 million. When Joey had to offer Eddie, it was 7 million. She refused to pay that money. Now it had accumulated all the way to 9 million.
Yeah. So my question to the government, any other government that can empower in Liberia, is that all the plane that can land in Liberia do pay taxes to the government, right? So what are they doing with all this money that the airport having such a problem? This is an airport. This is not. We're not talking about your marshal that you didn't finish and go move inside. We're not talking about this. We're not talking about your basketball court and football court that the man now spend. This it's not new. For me, it's not new. When the administrative building open, that the play job where I was sitting. All the time, every day you hear that siren, you will not go to where you're supposed to be. You will be right there at the administrative building, the administrative complex. So now he now build another part where he will make out a new office until something else come up. Of course. You understand? Look at the excuse. This modern day, we're still running a generator. That airport, very small to be even talking about generator. Yeah. Generator can break down anytime.
Barrett was already talking about solar power.
They had to go ahead and put enough solar panel. The Liberia government able to afford up to 100 pieces of solar panel just to get a light in the runway, on our runway running. Go ahead and do it. Don't let the whole world to stop their plane. You don't even get one. The plane that they said they were bringing, they went and sat down to the airport and eat out of cake and stay with each other in our Farmington hotel and move from there and go in town. Say them will stay waiting for that plane to get to me. So you guys, I'm telling you something serious. All the men and women and they sleep with each other that particular day in our Farmington hotel. They spend whole 2 days in our hotel making love to each other.
That's allegedly.
It's not allegedly. I'm telling you something serious. And ate a cake. And then they say they're bringing airplanes. Say then where they plane? You understand? So other people, other countries are trying to help Liberia. Let the government try to do something with this LEC and whatever electricity problem. Y'all go ahead. We pay $75 over there. My brother, I pay $150. $75 to go, $75 to come. My brother, I left from here in December. I did my test. At the airport here, I got my test result. I managed to make it to Liberia. I read it off of the health ministry website. They say if you're able to get there with at least 72-hour negative test result, they will take it, my brother, when you get to Liberia, the book and say, your thing on outside there. You got to pay that $75. Where in the world did I do a test, a coronavirus test, you receive the result within 5 minutes or 10 minutes? Where in this world? Send a coronavirus started. Tell me where we'll go to get a result within a couple minutes in a world right now. So you're raising all this money.
And the rapid tests?
My brother, rapid tests, it will not take 2 minutes, my brother, to get a result. Forget that thing. I think people already know that. Just a way to get money.
To my working place, they can do it there. Rapid tests within.
It will take you 10 minutes to get a result.
Yeah, within 10-15 minutes, we can get a result.
Okay, back then. But the point here is the system they are using, the material that they're using to do the test. That people, that American people donate those things to them for free.
France,
but you're making business out of it.
Yeah, France too. France donated some.
You're making business out of it to raise what? Money. My brother in Liberia before I could leave. The people talking about those that went at the airport saying that they cannot get paid if they continue.
I listened to the American ambassador. He said he was told that people only pay one time. Only $75 per pay now. The normal pay $75 go $75 come. Well, that's
not true. Whoever is telling you that, that's not true.
That's what the American ambassador said the other day.
No, I got a smart traveler account called STEM.
Okay.
You understand? I do get an update from the Liberia. Whenever Liberia change something, they can inform the embassy, and the embassy also inform its citizens. Okay. Those who already have a smart traveler account, when I'm ready to go to Liberia, I change my location. I log in there and let the embassy know that I'm out of the state and I'm going to Liberia. So they are aware. And they update me from that. The recent update said that they just sent. I think this came in like on Wednesday morning. It said that people who traveling anywhere in the West African region, they have reduced their test their fees.
Okay.
The fees, the 75 that everybody was paying. Those who traveling all over West Africa, they have reduced their fees to $50.
Oh, okay.
But those who coming from overseas, they will be paying us $75.
Okay.
Whether or not you arrive with negative test or you're leaving, you still have to pay that $75. That's the email they sent. You understand? So, but what I'm trying to say is that they're generating a lot of money. Go out there, get at least 100 pieces of solar panel, try to get our light at the wrong way going. My brother, I think I was watching it, I was scared. I have an upcoming trade. I was sitting out here waiting. I have an upcoming trade, and I saw that. I'm like, God damn. These people gonna make sure somebody die one day.
Yeah,
somebody put plane crash over there. Yeah, Liberia get money. Why you get your company then? So then sue the Liberia government. Where you get money from? To pay for the people plane.
All of those lives that will be lost.
You see, all those lives. But we sit down there.
Pray that doesn't
when
happen.
Carrasco go, when John we are making a breakfast, Carrasco go and record it and put on Facebook. Then some people there saying the other one come I let a president, I let a man I can cope. Yes, of course, that's why you want. You're taking us back in the days. Some people there, the man go spend whole day sitting at his park that he built now. Some people there, what you want a man to do now? That the play will put a man there to be at the park. If you want us to be at the park, we can sit down there.
We need somebody who is very decisive in making decisions. We need somebody who will be able to put the country interest first, not to be playing around.
Brother, it deal with my one. I would say, Liberia go with president. Let's be honest. So the thing started a long time ago.
You agree with us sell the country to the
I don't want to sell the country. You know how the Liberians run? You know how Liberians run right now? We're talking about government. Yeah. Then we get the traditional leader, then I the one that make the decision in Liberia before even the president get. Why is it? So why we can't just change the team to kings and queens? Why are we talking about president? It don't make no sense.
You want monarchy? It will not be the same.
I don't think it would be the same. It would be. I think we'll understand if it be the same. My brother will understand because all we aim to do, calling democratic, is not democratic. That's what I'm trying to tell you. This is nonsense. People are lost in their life over nonsense. By rather arcading people because they claim that somebody stole their bike. Are you a police authority?
And mob justice is not even necessary. It's not allowed.
You see, Zoko they're going around now doing whatever they can do, breaking down churches and killing people. And when they call on the government, then they say that 80 people they train. Where in the police you train that for you to bring so they can do the work now? The other day, I was watching, they said that they don't security beat somebody. Look at that.
Yeah.
That's a man was just pressing the field though. What our men did to him.
Yeah, beat the naked woman, beat the man.
You see that?
The woman fiancé.
You see that?
Yeah.
So you guys we're sitting here and then we're looking at this. Nobody, look, Liberia don't have law. Let's be honest. Everybody in Liberia, my brother, go to Liberia, you see motorbike, all right, with sorry, motorbike and get sorry on it.
We do have laws, but we don't know how to implement the laws.
How will you implement a law that the government said don't take serious? That's the problem. I'm telling you, my brother, motorbike, the keke rather than the motorbike rather than they get sorry, my brother. You and I coming from America, you know when we get sorry, me move from the road, pass on the emergency. My brother, I can get confused. Me, I can drive in Liberia. I don't lie. I drive in Liberia. When I hear that nonsense, I get off the road, my brother, I go load. As soon as stupid motorbike or keke come pop at me. Seriously, I'm telling you here. You understand? Why? Look, Liberian people, they don't like freedom. That thing they call freedom, they need to take it away. I love theater. The theater were in Liberia today, Liberia will be straight.
Oh, definitely.
I'm telling you, Liberia put on their freedom. They say freedom. The motorbahn rather than, you know how many of them dying, especially when you pass a theater house. To that Congo time in our curve there. In 2021, an accident occurred over there, my brother. I got down over there. I almost cried. How can human being or car here, human being, a motorbike stick on the car? They may break into pieces the macaroni, brother. From that day, they say they must pass law. So motorbike can't be going in town. Our senator and our lawmaker and sat down there. They build whatever bill they pass or they didn't pass. They say they disagree. They disagree. Everything we do in this life now, and I don't blame Josh we have for going on Facebook and dressing and putting a picture on Facebook because this is the life everybody living now. It's something about Liberia.
But there's a need for us to bring seriousness to the presidency, you know.
That's what I'm saying. So why we all doing the same thing? When we wear nice clothes, we want to put on Facebook. When we're eating, we want to put on Facebook. When we take our girlfriend out to lunch, we want to show that we romantic. This is the same thing the president
That is social media now.
Yeah, but what I'm trying to tell you, so when it comes to the president dressing and telling Carrasco, say, man, can't take my picture, let me put it on Facebook, it's not strange because that's the life we're all living now. You understand? That's the life we're all living. There is other things. That airport, what I can say to Liberia people, let's watch from now till the end of the year. And I'm telling you today, Dakpannah, if nothing is done about our airport, we have to find a way to come together with a fundraising. If a solar panel we can buy, send the government to the broke. If from now to the end, we don't want traveling there. They're supposed to be in Liberia.
Channel Bash is saying that you mentioned about Paramount Chief, but they hardly contribute to developing their chiefdom. So if you get an entire country, what would they do?
My brother, the one you get right now is worse than Panama Chief. The one you get as a president now is worse than Panama Chief. When Larry may address the nation, with all the terrible things that are happening, why not we go to kings and queens? We get our papa them to come and sit down and advise us. The day this happen, I believe Liberia will move forward.
The Elder Council.
We cannot have president. We have head of council and all they want is, we'll get the year with.
There will be no lawmaker.
We don't have to do lawmaker. All those nonsense people were saying that into area of Zoom. I don't know how we'll call it there. To be cleaning some of the town, we'll get clan chief, and Panama chief and all the one. It will be better because what we have now is not present. And I don't think anybody capable in Liberia now. What I can see, my brother, what I can see now, everybody that put in their name 1 cent, 2 cents, they say the campaign in Liberia, when they come to power, all they after is to get our money back. That's what I'm seeing right now.
My brother.
Sat down there, she and her children and loot the country.
She took responsibility for all of the corruption.
That local thing that she always taking responsibility. Whenever they ask her, she say, "Oh, you want to preach politics?" I always watch that thing. Whenever they ask her, she don't say nothing good. For some more $1 million, your son break down the place. Today. You understand? With all the complaining, Joseph Barker then can come out and say, send the out of power, Joe, we are not paying them. Eddie, they're not talking. But they're taking pay.
They're taking pay?
Yeah, they're taking pay.
But you saw Eddie, 2 foundations, they're in the government budget. The government giving them subsidy, I think 1.5
They both getting paid. That's why you don't see them complain. Trust me, if they were not taking pay, we hear about it. We hear say, oh, the president, and we're not taking pay. We retire. We're not out of the government. We're not in the government no more. Yeah, we're not taking pay.
Brother.
But they're not complaining.
All right, maybe damn who you didn't take a call. Thank you.
Thank you.
Call welcome your name where you coming from.
Hey, Dakpannah, how are you, sir?
Mr. Boyman Corner.
Yes, sir.
Louisville, Kentucky. I think I need to recommend to the government to send people that Bremen Corner to that airport there, because you got vast experience. Go ahead, my dear brother.
Yeah, I've been following the show and listening to some of the callers talking about the airport. And I was on Jada Hard Talk.
Yeah, I listened to you too. Yeah.
And I did talk about the situation a little bit. When we talk about the airport has sections. They have the terminal, we have the taxiway, we have the runway, we have the control tower. So these are all part of the airport that consists of the airport itself. I know that what I learned, because I didn't actually follow the whole story, that airline was diverted back to Sierra Leone because there was no electricity at the airport.
Yeah, and they say our FR was down.
Okay. 1 second. Just 1 minute. All right. So I would like to ask just 1 or 2 questions. If you can clarify for me, then I will be able to continue my contribution. Did the control tower get in touch with the airline that diverted them back to Sierra Leone, or they just saw the runway dark and they went back to Sierra Leone?
According to the video that been circulating on the social media, I heard the pilot saying that they tried to call Monrovia, but they were not getting Monrovia because and she concluded and said that because of electricity. But she said they were not getting Monrovia. She said it was because of electricity and they are working on it, working to fix it.
All right. Because the reason why I'm asking this question, because like you said, I got a background in working at the airport. So the airport consists of various parts that make the airport. And most often we look at only the terminal as the airport. Sometimes we don't look at the taxiway, we don't look at the runway, we don't look at the control tower. And besides the terminal, the other 3 components are very, very essential. Number 1, the control tower, because that's the communication point.
Yes.
It tells you which runway to take, which direction to come into the airport, and all of that. So that is very, very crucial. The next thing has to do with your runway. The runway is where you land the aircraft or pick up the aircraft. And your taxiway is what you use to come to the terminal. And the terminal is where your passenger will disembark or board the aircraft. So, and that is why I'm asking all of these questions. And I will ask you the question whether they were in touch with the control tower, because the control tower is very essential for landing and takeoff. And if they were not able to get in contact with the control tower, then that's a very, very serious problem.
Yeah, she said no.
Okay. Second thing, if they were not able to get any visual to the runway, that's a serious problem as well. The taxiway and the terminal, sometimes, yes, you can be able to function on the airport without no electricity, especially in the terminal, because you can be able to use some means to get the passenger off the aircraft. And the reason why I'm asking is because when an aircraft leaves an airport to another airport, they are fuel, and that fuel is to last for a certain time. And there are certain weight that that fuel also combined with the passengers and the load, and it make up the very essential component of the aircraft, which is called the weight imbalance. So, and that is why I'm asking the question. If they were not able to get in touch with the control tower, that's a serious problem.
Yes.
And if they didn't have enough fuel, that's also a serious problem. It could cause a very serious problem for the pilot to either land or to take off. So these are things that we cannot, just by looking at that video, we cannot determine.
She said, Ms. O'Connor, also said that they were low on fuel. So they were going back to Sierra Leone because they were low on fuel. They will manage to go back to Sierra Leone.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's why I'm asking the question. And I did suggest to all of us as Liberians, I know people are saying that the president is not taking a decisive action. The president hasn't said anything. But I'm appealing, also using your platform, to appeal to Liberians and the Liberian government. Let them do a thorough investigation of why these things are happening, how they occur, and why they continue to happen. Because if we are able to get the investigation and we're able to get the findings from the investigation, then we'll be able to solve the problem. A lot of people are suggesting that they should fire the management team, they should fire those taking care of the fuel, and all of that. But if you fire people and you don't know the root cause of the problem, that problem still exists. Even when you bring in a new management team, they will not be able to solve that problem because they don't even know what's the root cause of the problem. So I would advise the government, I would suggest to the government that a thorough investigation is done so that they can know why these things keep happening. And then with that team can also make some recommendation. And then with that, the government can be able to move forward, especially with the president, if it needs for people to be fired, so that these people can be fired, so that the new team coming in will know exactly what they are coming into. And then they will be able to come up with a very decisive plan of action to be able to curtail the problem in the future. But most often, we as Liberians, we always use our emotion instead of trying to get the facts about things. And then we just jump to conclusion and we want a quick result. And because of the fact that Liberians, we always want quick result, that is why we continue to make the same mistake over and over and again. So I'm appealing, and I want to use your platform as well, to appeal to the Liberian government to do a very thorough investigation to know the root cause of the problem, and then they should be able to come up with solution or recommendation. And if people need to be replaced, let those people be replaced, and then the right people should be brought on board so that we do not lose those international flights. As you and myself know, in past years, before you get to Liberia, you have to go through either Ghana, Ivory Coast, or some other neighboring country to get to Liberia. And it costs us, for those of us in the diaspora, especially from the United States, it costs us tons of money. Because I remember in 2005, when I was going to Liberia, I was carrying 4 suitcases along with me. I pay my excess baggage here. When I get to Ghana, guess what? They charge me for 8 suitcases. Because they said the weight from overseas was not the same weight for them. For every bag, they saw it as 2 bags.
Wow.
That's how much they were charging. So if Liberians officials are listening to me, please let us take this situation very serious. If we are complaining that there is no development in the country, there are no investors coming to the country, these are the things that stop investors from coming to the country.
Sure.
Not only when we talk about investor, now we as Liberians, we change our mentality. It is not only the white men or the European that are going to come to be invested in our country. There are a lot of Liberians since 1990 that have traveled and they have built their capacity in all walks of life. And they want to come back home to invest in their country. But if they are hearing some of these things, they are not going to come home. And there are other Liberians who, if they don't have the cash, but they have the contact to be able to bring other people to Liberia to see the opportunities that exist in Liberia. But how are they going to bring these people when these kind of things continue to happen? Because transportation, air transportation all over the world now is very crucial because people, even like now, a lot of people not even going to China. China is now open for passenger, but UPS is still flying to China and they bring their goods through air transportation. So because of that, China economy is still booming. And because of that, goods and services is still traveling around the world. So if the Liberian government and the Liberian people, we keep complaining about no investor, our aviation system is one of the easier way and faster way to encourage people to come to the country. And we have to hold strong to that particular part of our economy.
And there's also a possibility that the airport will be degraded because the aviation international aviation organization, they are there doing something.
And the situation that happened is not only of concern to Liberia, it also would be a concern to the aviation association, even of West Africa. Because no airline will want to travel to Liberia if they're looking at all of these things that are not in line with the aviation handbook or within the aviation criteria. So we should look at all of these things. And to my utmost surprise, the last time when Minister McGill, Minister Tue, the Minister of Information, Leisure Rennie, and even the chairman on the board, they were saying that the airport blanket was not renovated, was not touched, and the new terminal was just built next to it. And that is very alarming. These are information that could even cause the aviation committee to even degrade our airport. You know, so these are, because I've always been concerned, because I've been to Liberia since the airport been open. I think I've been there 3 times now. But every time we go, they will stop the airplane further away, bring the air stairs, we will come down our air stairs, and then a bus will get us, drive us to the area where they do the COVID test, and then we walk to the terminal. So I was wondering, I said, why do we have a jet bridge?
The jet bridge.
And we are not using the jet bridge. And to my utmost surprise, they said that because the blanket was not touched, and it has not been repaired for more than 20 years. So that is very scary. And to my utmost surprise, how could that happen? How could the past administration build a terminal and did not fix the blanket and put a jet bridge on a blanket that was not repaired? That is very scary. You know, Dakpannah, sometimes our people, they are very ill-minded, very evil-minded. They are only concerned about themselves. They are so selfish and so greedy. They don't care about the lives of other people. They don't care about the future generation. They only care about what they can get right now. And these are the things that have continued to push Liberia backwards. We as Liberians, we have to stop being selfish. Let us be selfless. Let us be united. Let us hold together. Let us promote our country. Let us promote one another. And a true leader is someone who makes other great leaders. A true leader is not someone who wants people to follow them all the time, or want to know how many people like them or how many people follow them. A true leader is someone who serves his or her country, her community, or society. And I want to say thank you, Dakpannah, for giving me the opportunity, and continue to be your servant. I know you got the TV station going on in Liberia.
Yeah.
Thank you for the good job. I see you guys, they follow the news.
You got a lot of money. You got a lot of money owing you.
I know. I know. I got to pay my dues. But I want to say thank you so much for giving me the platform, at least so that I can share my little knowledge on what is going on, and to appeal to our government and to appeal to the Liberian people, so that we all can be conscientized that that is the only country we have. And if we do the right thing, the future generation would never, ever experience what we have experienced. And let us do that for the future generation. Please. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Mr. Connor.
You're welcome.
Okay. So now, so you can do the same. You can do the same, put your cause shoe, and I have a conversation. You guys listen to Mr. Connor. I think he well versed with do the discussion as it relates to the airport, because he works at the airport in the US, so he's knowledgeable. So I think we got a lot for him. So if you want to add your say, you can call in. The number is PIN. If you're in the US, you can dial the number directly and call, and you will have yourself onto the line. But if you're outside the US, just add +1 before dialing the number PIN. Call me direct or call me on WhatsApp. You will have your say. So go ahead and put your points shoe. Let's have a conversation. We will be here for some time. If we continue to get calls, we will be here. If not, then we'll have to call it a day. But let's see if we can organize some folks while we are with the calls. Mario Mason, welcome Mario Mason. Thank you for joining the broadcast. There was no response from the control tower, my brother. The control tower is the one that that respond to the pilot. That's what she said. She said, "Oh no, Liberia told her off. They were not getting no response from Liberia." Okay, a caller is calling. Let's see who here. Caller, welcome. Your name and where you calling from?
Dakpannah is me again. Aliyu.
Oh, Mr. Aliyu Kamara, go ahead.
Listen, I listened to. I don't know if it's Kane or Kone. I don't know.
Yeah, you saw how he placed it.
I think it's Kane or Kone. Which one is it?
Kone.
Okay.
He's VAR. He's a VAR man. He's a VAR.
I mean, the empire man. But listen. See, this is the problem I have with people. The love of George Weah has blinded a lot of people. Look. We founded CDC. You hear the man say.
So there's no negligence on the part of Bwaga Eddie?
I'm coming here. I'm coming. We founded the CDC. You hear the man talking about 2005 with the Liberia. 2004 we organized CDC. Some of us come out here to praise CDC. The man say they don't want people to go to that person who want people to follow them and this and that. But I don't get that. I don't we are left process. But here's the point we've been making through and we continue to make. When a government comes to power, especially an opposition government who has flagged the issues prior to its ascendancy to power, this opposition political party must prepare itself knowing that it is government in waiting. You cannot assume leadership and then continue to blame the previous administration 5 years later. Why did you campaign?
But if they are the cause of the current problem face, why can't it be said?
Okay, let's say this. So the problem that the past government was carrying out was the reason why CDC decided to run, right?
They were there to
so then what's the problem now? You're not just talking about the bridge guy that Connor was talking about the airport.
Yeah, the jet bridge.
We never had jet bridge prior to Ellen Johnson administration. The jet bridge you see at the airport,
it is dysfunctional.
Ellen Johnson put it there. I'm coming.
It is dysfunctional.
Okay, so you break on it again. Once you break on it, you must go to Ellen Johnson again.
No, but
she already put it there. All you gotta do is just repair it.
Mr. Kamara, you understand what he said? He said the blanket was not touched. The blanket was not repaired. And then when they put the terminal on the blanket, that was not touched.
Who put it there? Because I've traveled through that jet bridge at least 4 times.
Okay.
That same bridge the man talking about. So who they broke it now? That Ellen broke it?
I really don't know what
because I went through it 2019, I went through it 2020. So who broke it?
I really don't know.
When did it break?
I really don't know what he's talking about break, but I think he will call back and clarify because he will talk about blanket. He said the blanket was not prepared for 20 years.
Listen, let me explain this to you. Okay? When Ellie built the terminal, there was still other contract that was left to be continued by some Asian company.
Okay.
Ellie did not open the terminal for public use.
Yeah.
She did not. The terminal was closed. There was still some unfinished business. But government is continuing to take concession that are signed by previous government are carried on through the upcoming or the new government with possibility of review. So the terminal there, George Weah goes to open the terminal. Did he do due diligence? Did George Weah inspect the terminal, the runway, everything? Did George Weah inspect all of those things with the expert of team that he brought on board to make sure that everything was adequate and ready to go before he opened it, officially opened Liberia's new terminal? Was that not George Weah's responsibility? Okay, let's just say this. Somebody come up and say, oh, Ellie was just stealing. Ellie 7-6 years was stealing. Ellie was correcting. Ellie admitted to even a $10 million problem with her own son. But wasn't it the responsibility of George Weah to come and audit Ellen government and confiscate or recover some of government's costs and expenses?
They said that the government had a lot of pressing priorities.
I know, especially buying private jets. I know, putting money in boat bag full and going around the southeast and giving it from town to town. I know the government have pressing issues to buy pickup for whole country where they have over 50 chiefs and give each country two pickup truck and 2 motorboats. Those are pressing issues. Some of the pressing issues the government has is to take $100,000 and bring it to us in the United States when we can afford it and leave JFK or medication. Those are real pressing issues.
Those are donations.
Oh, yeah, you donate money. Take money from your whole Dakpannah while your son hungry. Can't give it to me. That's a very brilliant pressing issue. That's how pressing issue is.
That money will be used for a project in Liberia.
I know. And I'm agreeing with you. I'm agreeing with you that bipolar hospital of 100-bedroom has been built with not a single medication there. So you can't buy medicine for that hospital in bipolar. You can put the money here so we can go back to Liberia and implement projects. That's a brilliant thing. The smartest thing to do is to make sure that a power theft is going on in the country so terribly. You need to hire a trained private security, thereby creating jobs to keep an eye on those lines so as to prevent power theft. But you know what you do? No. You say you will put $300,000 in the budget for us instead of securing the power line or using that money to improve the power, the energy sector, bring more transformer and other things. But your pressing priority is to put $300,000 in the budget for us. Brilliant. I agree with you. You give $1 million to the woman you say were corrupt. And you say Ellie were corrupt. But her non-profit, you give her $1 million in the budget and say she was corrupt.
Remember that she's a
Those are pressing priorities.
You remember that she's a former president, so she needs some.
I know. I agree with you. When you take a guy like Nathaniel McGill, who barely sits in the office, does not run a rim or sheet for a whole month, and give him $500,000 for utensils and other things, those are what you call pressing issues.
That you cannot substantiate.
What do you mean? The thing in the budget is I can't substantiate? We all can substantiate that Joe Weah got $10 million for presidential. I don't know what. Those are very pressing. You get Joe Weah $10 million for his one, but you can't pay $9 million for the entire country to get electricity. The wire has ran all the way. It has crossed the Rawa International Airport. Before the Rawa, the thing has reached to the barrack, Shuffling military barrack. But instead of paying the $9 million, you know what you say? Pressing issue, get Joe Weah $10 million, and you can't pay the $9 million because Ellie was owing 7, so you can't pay the $9 million because Ellie was owing 7. Bravo. Great government.
Let me hold you there and take the call. Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah, caller, you can call back. If I could take your call drop, so you can call back, and I will have you. Yeah, we can call back, and I will have you on. Yeah, Mr. Boyman Corner, you know, come by and clarify the whole thing with the air jet. Whether the air blanket, the blanket you are talking about, whether it's the breach or is what. Yeah, you know, clarify it because Mr. Ali Kamara is saying that he used that jet breach 4 times. So, someone was calling, you can call back, caller. Okay. Caller, welcome and even where you calling from?
Yes, Dakpannah.
Yeah, can you clarify the whole breach thing, the jet breach and the air in the blanket?
Yeah, I listened to my brother Aliu. He's so much now into the UP Bwakai situation that he does not even remember me anymore. But that's fine.
Yeah.
The blanket is the pavement area.
Okay.
That is in the back of the terminal where that whole area where the jet bridge is. That concrete area going all the way towards this taxiway, that's where it is described as the blanket.
The blanket, okay.
Yes. So the jet bridge, they were using it previously when it just opened the airport.
Yeah.
But then when, like Aliu said, because I'm quoting exactly from the minister. I didn't know, I don't have first-hand information. I'm just quoting what the minister said. And that is why I said, if that's what they did, then it was very bad. It was very bad decision that they took. And I think that is because of that, they stopped using the jet bridge, because I've been to Liberia twice in the last 2 years.
Mr. Ali Kamara said he used it 4 times, so I don't know how many times he been in Liberia.
Okay. So I went to Liberia. I was in Liberia in 2020. I was there just recently. I just came back in February again.
Yeah.
So I was in Liberia. The jet bridge is not being used. So that is a fact.
Yeah, I even listened to the guys on Spoon saying that the jet bridge.
The jet bridge, they have not used it, I think, for almost 2 years now, if I'm not mistaken, or pretty close to 2 years. And I think the reason why they are not using it because the engineer have disqualified that whole area, that blanket area. That's why. And according to what the minister said, and I'm quoting the minister, they cannot carry an airplane closer to the jet bridge because the airplane might sink, because that place is not conducive.
Oh, okay.
I think when they first opened the airport, they were using it, but I think they were advised to stop using it before it caused a damage over there, either aircraft damage or loss of lives and property. So that is why they are using the airspace. And if anyone here listening on this program can testify or verify, when the aircraft goes to Liberia now, they park it away from the terminal. Then they will bring out stairs. It's what we call the air stairs.
Yeah.
And the passenger will come down and they bring the bus. You'll get in the bus. And then they drive you to the location now where they're doing the test. And from there, you will walk into the terminal. That's what they are doing. And the only reason why they are not using the jet bridge anymore is because of that particular, because I think the engineer or the aviation authority have condemned that particular area, that no aircraft can go in that zone. That's why they keep it on the taxiway now. And then you have to get on the bus to come. So that is the verification I want to make to Ali.
Okay.
He has a point. Maybe it was a portion to the next administration to have fixed that part, or the contractor said, okay, we'll fix the terminal, then we'll fix the blanket, then we'll fix the runway. I think that maybe they might have a portion, the contract. That is something that I don't know. And if anybody is on here that can verify that, I will appreciate for them to verify that for us. But that part of the airport or the terminal area is not fixed. That's why the airplane cannot come no longer closer to the terminal itself. That is the verification. That is where they call the blanket.
Okay. All right, Mr. Conan, thank you. All right, yeah. Somebody were trying to call. If you're calling, you can call back quickly because we're gradually winding down. And want to appreciate all of you guys that are still on the platform following the broadcast. So those that are just joining, I want to say welcome to the broadcast. This is the Dakpannah Show. And I'm your one and only, the Indie Cable Perspicacious Dakpannah. We are discussing a wide range of national issues. Everything Liberia and Liberian related, focusing more on the growth and development of our country, our common denominator, common patrimony. So if you want to call in and have your say, we appreciate. Call in and have your say. I saw the missed call coming in, but if we cannot get you, then we'll call it a day. But let's try to read some of the comments here, and then if we don't have a call, then we'll call it a day. Oh, got a caller here. Okay. Caller, welcome. Your name and where you calling from?
Hey, Dakpannah, how you doing, man? This is
Riverside Pro. From the CDC Strategic.
Yeah, Strategic Command Center, man.
In Wisconsin.
Yep. How you doing, brother?
I'm doing good. Go ahead and put your point shoot.
Yeah, I was listening to that guy. I don't know that Ali Samba renting all that stuff. You know, like in conventional politics, people like Ali Samba shouldn't even be saying anything, you know. But Liberia is such that we don't go by conventional rules. We don't even have a voting. We don't vote conventionally.
Why shouldn't he be saying anything?
Because the man is supporting Joseph Boakai. This is the man who admittedly squander resource opportunity. And you come here and ask me about, why you gave money, no medication, JFK Hospital. But Joseph Boakai was part of that 12 years. Is there any record that JFK was full with medication and George Weah came and they all disappeared? It's just ridiculous. How do you support Joseph Boakai? And you know very well the past 12 years, the 12 broken years, the 12 years of failure, he was part of it. But you come in talking about all those JFK medications. What did Ellen Johnson do about the healthcare system? Even Ellen admitted that she failed the educational sector.
Boakai is saying that he was not the man in command.
Look, Dakpannah, you know one reason Joe Biden, let me tell you, when you listen to Joe Biden commercial during his election, they said Joe and Obama took off on the recession. Joe can do it again. Joe Biden ran on the success that he and Obama had. So if Obama had failed, let me tell you, if Obama had failed, if he had only ran one term, I bet you 99% Joe Biden was not going to be elected. All of Joe Biden's record, all the successes, everything was linked to Obama. So there's no way you can separate Ellen Johnson Sirleaf from Joseph Boakai. Right now, that's what they're trying to do. There are two groups now. Right now, they got a group that say Ellen doesn't want to endorse Joseph Boakai because Joseph Boakai going to expose her. Are you kidding me? So now, right now, they split. They got one group who are the Ellenites, and they got one group, with Boakai. Now, the people with Boakai are saying that, because Ellen Johnson, there's a reason. Ellen Johnson, when I see Ellen Johnson, I compare her to people like Nancy Pelosi, people like Hillary Clinton. She's a political heavyweight. As much as I don't, I was not a fan of her regime because she failed the people. But this woman, there's a reason she's not endorsing Joseph Boakai. There's an underlying reason. But all they are saying is because he will expose Ellen. Exactly. That's why they're going around saying. A lot of them, when I watch some of their show, he got dirt on Ellen Johnson Sirleaf. I'm like, you gotta be kidding me. He was part 12 years. So the first year, why didn't he say something? The first term, if he knew Ellen was corrupt, if he had dirt on Ellen, he should have been like, you know what, Ellen, I'm not going down the other 6 years with you anymore. I'm getting out. I'm going to expose you. You sat down there for 12 years and went through all that stuff. All of a sudden now, because Ellen doesn't endorse him, Joseph Boakai going to persecute Ellen. Give me a break, Dakpannah. So these people, as much we know the country, everything is bad, Dakpannah. Even the airline thing, I felt disappointed when that lady, the air hostess was making the announcement. I feel like, well, it could have been me in an airplane. It could have been my family. It could have been my wife, my children. So I'm not going to sit here and say, I'm happy about the darkness and things going on. But when these people come up and try to painting like everything was rosy, everything was, was glory days during Ellington. That's being disingenuous. They are part of it. George Williams failure to audit the Ellen government, arrested Ellen's son, put the guy in jail. They say he has seizure. Who told you in America if a criminal got seizure, they will confine you? So that does not exonerate you, Dakpannah. You still be in jail, but maybe they will confine you to some mental institution, or you will go through your treatment and they still like you behind bars. George Weah arrested this man, all the money he stole, and you free the man. So George Weah was part of his own problem. Apparently he thought the whole presidency was like a soccer thing where he just hand the captain band to another president and life goes on. No, Ellen is a politician. You got to watch out for her. So I think that was one of his failures. And now he's going through all these things, even the airport, the electricity, a lot of these problems that he encountered. Look at the money she had for the hydro. Nothing good was done. Ellen Johnson said, even the very police, they are complete. Who trained the police? You know how many millions of dollars that the international community put into train the Liberian National Police so they can be equipped? But now they say, George, we are police. Okay, so where are the ones that Ellen trained? So you mean all our money, all the resources the international community put into the police only for it to turn to George, we are police? Really? So, look, there are a lot of things. And these people can't be coming out and try to justify anything when they are part of this whole problem and they're trying to, it's just not right, man. Like I said, Dakpannah, look, we know things are not going good, and hopefully, George, we are really be able to do something, fire those people that are into those places that things not going, those poor management system. He really needs to do something. As much as I support George, there are a lot of things, man. You can have a whole airline turning away 2 different times now. This is, this is being too repetitive. It's not like one time. This is serious. Well, yeah, you got to do something, man. That's the only major airline, major airport we got. It's not like we got 3 or 4. It's like, oh, well, you know what, we'll use the other one. That's the only one. So he have to prioritize it. He has to do something. He has to do some reshuffling in his government. Some people got to get out. The presidency is not about friendship. He has to be. Joe, we are going to take a stand, man, or else, this coming election, if the public opinion turns against him, it won't be a problem. As much as the opposition, one thing he got going for him because the opposition in total disarray. And I don't see them unifying anytime soon because I bet you they'll be in court probably the day of election. So yeah, that's one advantage he got, but he has to turn things around. Thank you for having me, Dakpannah. I will still be watching the show.
Thank you for the opinion. I really appreciate you. The other day you said something on Over Judah Show and I disagree with you, but I can't remember. I keep thinking, but I can't remember.
You can't. You my man for you can't talk about Russell. You look confused today. I said, but when what Dakpannah can't hate me, then you run away. I couldn't find you. I was talking about we're talking about the SG. I honestly I didn't know. I thought the equivalent of the SG was like we have the Attorney General, but then they said the Justice Minister is the. So I don't know why is our version of the SG at that point. Do we have anything like that?
Yes, the same thing. The AG is the Attorney General. He's the Justice Minister. The SG is the Deputy. So that's the Solicitor General. So you are saying Tabati. I say the previous April you confused.
Then you come out, you say, come when I win election. I say, okay, now that you come and spoil the whole show. Let me leave. He said, on the ANC people platform, I there trying to make my way to so they can put me out there. You won't come.
I will go. As soon as I tell you.
I think the last time you ran away, I say, you can't cause trouble here.
And you could have really come and so I say he will come out of response. So let me go. Okay.
Yeah, the easy people are gonna get it. Okay, Dakpannah, thank you, man.
Okay. So if you want to call in, you can call in and have your say. We are gradually winding down on this edition of the Dakpannah Show. I want to say thanks to all of you guys that have been calling. So the number dropped now, you claim it again. It's not an easy thing. Okay, so that will try to see if we got new people to recognize. This is the Dakpannah Show. We're going to all you new people coming. Yeah. John Maba Bwidi Jion. John Maba Bwidi Jion, welcome. The people are looking for power. So they will say anything that Liberian people want to hear. Melvin Dan is saying that. Honorable Bobby Benito, call. So the line is free now. You can call in. I have some questions for you. Call in and you'll be my last caller. Bobby Benito, call me on WhatsApp and I will take you and you'll be my last caller. Bobby Benito, welcome. Call in. Spencer Tonga, welcome. Brennan Isma, welcome. Brennan Isma, welcome. Melvin Dan said, yes, I sent it 2 times too. This phone is freezing. He sent what, Melvin Dan? Why didn't Eddie? Where's the pro is asking that? My dear friend Rose. Rose Russell, okay, I gotta call her. I think I'm Bobby Benino. Is it Bobby Benino?
The honorable Bobby, the one that honorable.
Who made you?
Obama like zero.
Who made you honorable? You ready to be talking all kind of crap on Facebook?
Well, you know, like the thing is that only few. There's not many of my kind in Liberia and Liberian society. That's the problem.
You finally resigned from CDC, right?
No, CDC. I can never resign from CDC.
But
CDC
you are disappointed in the government.
I'm disappointed in Liberians in general. I mean, brother, listen. There's something here it's not because when you speak against certain issues mean you're not part of them. No, you can be part of them and still speak against the illness in the society. So,
but
that's a stuff.
Said,
but me resigning from CDC is impossible.
You did oppose. You did oppose. You accused the police of manipulating or pressurizing the girl, and you said the girl spoke out of fear. Perhaps she was going to lose her life if she was not going to speak like the way she spoke, changing her statement. Princess Cooper Frank.
Yeah, of course. I mean. Princess Coop, you talking about Wallet?
Wallet,
of course.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Well, like I said, anyone who find themselves in your position, trust me, if you know Liberia and you know the society, and you know our justice system, the police enforcement, how everything operates, you don't want to be part of them. You don't want to be part of them. So, the Wallet changed her statement. Yes, she changed her statement to save her life. I can tell anybody that one. She would do whatever it takes.
But Ben, you listen to her first statement she made, the one that popular running where you listen to it?
The first statement was she said that Frank called her.
Yeah.
I believe that statement. Let me tell you something.
You listen to it?
I listened to it. I think I have the video somewhere.
Okay.
I have the video somewhere, and when she said, Frank called her, she appointed that they are killing me. But if you look in that whole story, there's something deep inside that it's money working. We know Liberia. Liberia is somebody, that girl went to go meet somebody.
You just assume it.
She went to go meet somebody. Because no matter what you can tell me, and every girls, they have one or two friends, especially Liberian girls, they have one or two friends that always know the move and the operation. You understand?
But if Wella came up first and said what you said, then why she went to the police and said something else? She was there with a lawyer. She was not alone.
Brother, she didn't have to be alone. She can be there with 1,000. Mr. Dakpannah, don't act that to say you don't know our society. Wale could be there with 1,000. The eye clicked before she came there. Brother, I know how those people don't work. You know how they work. But the thing is, sometimes you guys want to beat around the bush. That's something. What could not change her statement, she was dead. Period. I can tell anybody that. So does it mean that she betrayed her friend? Does it mean that she don't love her friend? Of course she loves it, but at the same time, she have to think about her well-being and whatsoever. Did she change her statement to save her life? I still stand by it. I say yes. She changed her statement to save her life, and I would do the same as well. You want to be in water shoes. You want to be in princess boyfriend shoes. You want to be in the, because they tell people know the truth, but they will do whatever to manipulate it, just to put pressure on you.
You are saying that the government is clamping down on freedom of speech, those who speak their mind or speak the truth.
No. This thing don't have to do with government coming down on freedom of speech. It has to do with the illness in our society. You understand? People are free to speak their mind and do something, but at certain things you just cannot do. Whether you like it, you don't like it, period. It don't have to be this government. The next government will be like that, because why? The illness in our society is on cue. Period. That.
Okay, let's move on. What do you make of the current power outages at the airport?
That is a bullshit. Real bullshit. At this period of time, we should not even be talking about current. A whole international airport. That'd be real. These are the bread baskets of the money entrance in a country. They're a bread basket of your economic. You don't do that nonsense. And if I say, like I said, even forget about the plane being able to land. You cannot develop a country. Every country, before we talk about development, is electricity. Development starts with electricity. And if you don't have that, come on, let's be real. Because the thing is, when we come to development, you see what Liberia, you see that 2 or 4 gas something we stay facing, or in the war. You cannot, for example, let's take common example, because we say road. You cannot build 1,000 miles of road on gas. That certain place, people will have to reach and be using electric and on the machines or whatsoever. It will go faster. Development comes with electricity. Electricity is the beginning of a great economic. If you don't have it, you don't have it. And then the airport, where you have your international partner coming in and going out, and go out of electricity, that's bullshit. So, can it be fixed?
So you don't you think the government need to be blamed, because it been happening, but the president hasn't taken any action?
Listen, this particular one, I cannot shift the blame on anybody. I shift the blame on my own president. I cannot shift the blame on anybody, because the president have the power to hire and fire. You understand? So the president have to act. Not when we talk about acting, you see that brother, soon when something happen, they want to act, they look for the small bikini chicken owner that they harm it. No, act from the top. Don't throw one little ball under the bus to save somebody. Act from the top. From the managing director all the way down, fire all of them. And then, okay, when you fire them also, it's great. But they say, what are you doing? Because end of the day, the people are only using what they have. So firing them is one step. But what are the investment are you bringing in to make sure that place is secure? We never face such a situation. That's another step. Liberia problem is simple, brother. Number one, Liberia problem is corruption. That take away corruption. That's a thing that's suffering Liberia and will continue to suffer Liberia until something is being done.
So it means the country is so entrenched with corruption.
Liberia from head to toe is corrupt. Liberia from head to toe is corrupt. Government official, opposition official, all of them corrupt. That's just the reality of it. That'd be real.
Not because today I'm in power, so me the other people. I mean, we did the same nonsense to Ellen. Ellen was in power. We pointed out all her mistakes. We pointed out how corrupt she was. We took the street, everything. Period. When we came to power, one thing I can always tell people, we failed to fight corruption. That's just a reality.
How?
We failed to fight corruption.
How?
And I don't see anybody, not even the opposition down there making laws, will come and fight corruption. The corruption is too deep in the society. One of the ways of fighting corruption is bringing death penalty. Anybody found corrupt, seize all the property, send it to the Senate to get death penalty. After 1 or 2 times, trust me, people will start waking up.
So how will we graduate from the current situation we are faced with as a country?
It's simple. For me, I always say it. Allow all electricity companies to come in.
So you also said
LEC, we cannot depend on LEC. No, even the America you in. You have more than 15 choice for electric companies. What you and your neighbor not on the same line. Some people have this one, they have that one, they have that one, because the competition is there. So if Liberia or Africa really want to graduate from it, allow all companies, electricity companies to come in, and bringing it in, that is good. But when they come in, don't ask them to pay 50 years tax ahead of time. That's one thing I saw in Liberia today. Look at local Freeport. You see Freeport? What people complaining, we putting money in Guinea pocket. Then in our own money. Because why? Freeport is no longer under Liberia control. I think Johnny took 25 years tax. So now you up river foreigner. So that's one of the things. So let a company come in. But don't take 50-year or 20-year tax on them ahead of time. That is operate. The only thing is, every electric company that come in the country, the government should have a certain share in that company. That's how government also can control those area them. They will have a say in those area them. But if we are bringing 2 or 3 other electricity company in Liberia, better forget it. That airport will go all and come down. The census and say LEC don't have what it takes to keep the country 24-hour electricity. Period. That.
So do you think, President, we are still have a chance comes 2023?
Hello?
Yeah, I said, do you think, President, we are still have a chance comes 2023?
Oh, definitely, brother. I mean, don't say if we have a chance.
With all of the irregularities, all of the bad governance.
Yeah. Brother, listen, even Joe we are from there today. The next government that will come, we'll all know they're making done it. They will do worse. They will be worse. Nothing will change. Because you know what? Joe is not Liberia problem. Liberia problem are the Liberians. So even if you take Joe today, you bring Joseph Walker. Joseph Walker still have to work with those people he need there. You will not tell me, say Joseph Walker will clean everybody out and go bring British people. Impossible. Joseph Walker still have to work with the justice system. One of the biggest problem also, that whole justice department. That justice and legislator, that Liberia, 2 biggest problem. The day Liberia ever be able to clean it up, Liberia will be a better country. Until that, the illness will be there. So, will Liberia, will Georgia win? Definitely. I have no doubt on Georgia winning. The only thing I can tell people is CDC lawmakers and things, and I don't see them going back. But Georgia will go back. That one I can close my eye and tell anybody. Nobody there to defeat Georgia.
Okay. We shall see.
Baka will put a small fight, which I expected. But for the rest, Baka will take we will take over. But because I cannot talk about coming like only you people that only coming voter in America. So I don't talk about that when the ready will bring coming to Atlanta or Minnesota so they can vote for him. But Kwame cannot be president in Liberia.
You want for Mohammed to come for you.
Well, it's a reality. It's a fact. Kwame cannot. Let's see. Kwame will end up like back of Matthew then. Late Bronsky. That's how Kwame political career will end. And even they put on mention so they know the road. They know how to penetrate and do things. Kwame don't know it. Kwame just walking around like with chicken with no hair all around the country. So the only person I expect to pull out a little fight is Joseph Walker.
All right, Bobby Bender. Let me hold you there. Thank you for your concern.
Thank you very much, brother. Thank you.
Caller, are you there? Okay. Yeah, there's a caller that will come in. Caller, you can call quickly. Let me squeeze you. You got me about to go. So you're calling in just now. Call in and let me squeeze you. Let me squeeze you. And I hope you're a new caller. If you're an old caller, I'll give you 1 minute. Squeeze you quickly. So call quickly, caller. You're calling in just now. Call back and let me put you through the line. So we are waiting for that caller. Corruption all over around the world, even in America. So it's not only Liberia that corrupt, my brother. I'm even done saying that. Praise Obala. Praise Obala, welcome. Oh, the person I'm calling, okay, but then we will gradually go, winding down. But I want to say thanks to all of you guys following the broadcast. I want to say thanks to those of you that started from the start to where we are now. Those of you that just joined, I want to say thanks also. We've been looking at a wide range of national issues, those things that happen during the week, during the course of the week. So we will be back hopefully tomorrow with another edition of the show. Tomorrow will be the open mic session where we'll afford you the opportunity to come in, say what's on your mind. But I want to say thanks to all of you guys for joining us. Let's do it again another time. And those of you that call in, thank you. Those of you that commented within the comment section, thanks as well. Okay, let me squeeze the call up quickly and then we'll call it a day. Caller, welcome.
Dakpannah, how are you?
I'm doing good. Your name and where you calling from?
Oh, man. It's Steady 10 Line, Yankun. Calling from Fargo, North Dakota.
Yeah, we need to find a time to schedule our appearance, but
you've been beating on my president, so I try to get my take a little bit before you close.
Yeah, go ahead.
I didn't think about that. I want to spend talking on it. Hey, Dakpannah.
Yeah, go ahead and put your point shoot. We are already highlighting the whole issue with the airport.
Yes, I know you're trying to close now, but I just try to talk to you a little bit.
Yeah, go ahead.
Dakpannah, the caller I just left from there, Mr. Bobby, right?
Yeah.
He said it all. Sometimes these things happen in the country. Liberians are the problem for Liberia. Yeah, seriously. This president, I'm not like, oh, you're already beating on my president. Oh, this president, nothing is working. Nothing you have done. Come on. Brother Dakpannah, this president keeps trying to do the best for Liberians. But the problem lies with we, the Liberians. With that kind of a system, old age system they have in our country, they're controlling things, pressing buttons for certain. Look at the airport. What happened to the airport? What happened to the airport? Now they are fearing Air France and other international airlines to go away. Probably more will go away. I think they have accomplished their aim. They are doing this to drive all those international airlines from the country to punish the government.
How?
Comes 2023.
But nobody's stopping the president from making decisions. He can fire people and bring in new people.
Of course, it's true. But the president, he's been keen on decentralization to include people. But I think this time around, he takes some of the blame. I don't want people to just shift everything on him. The problem from we the Liberians. And that decision the president went on, you know, including a lot of the oppositions in the government, it's not a bad thing. That proves that he's a peaceful president that wants the best for Liberians to come together competently to do the best. But people don't want to come together. People are only in being stagnant within their belief. Because of the hate for George Weah, you will go and switch the airport light off. As I learned, the president he bought 2 brand new generators.
So why the problem is still occurring?
Have you asked what was the main problem, the technical problem, and the reason why the international airline about to land, then they switched the light off. The lights were on, right? But you international airline, you cannot play politics with other people's lives. You can't play politics with the Liberian people.
Is that why you?
It was on, but then a few minutes before the plane will land, trying to land, light went off. For what reason? Why reason would they turn the lights off? That's politics, the plane, and that is a mere, you know, politics. You know, they don't make no sense at all. So now, just to beat on George Weah and his government, 2 times these things happen. Twice within a month time. That's where, you know, some of you guys, the critical thinkers, should think in between the lines that Liberians are not appreciating this president. You can tell me, say, if you don't have regular LEC there, you can tell me, say that this government is not capable of buying generators, or you can tell me, say that the fuels, they went out of fuel. That's politics they play at the airport because they are so desperate, in a desperation, they are doing everything to make this government ugly, find reasons that they can beat on this government before 2023.
But nobody's stopping.
That's what they're looking for, because they don't have no substance.
Nobody's stopping. Nobody's stopping.
All they want to argue because they are racketeers.
Nobody's stopping the president from taking action. Why is he not taking action?
Well, as I've told you, there are certain things as a politician we see, we understand. This president has to take a decision. He needs to take a decision. And the president will take a decision this feeling. This president, remember, he did critical thinking. And everybody will have to resonate with something, then they will make a move. Now everybody's beating on him in his own seditions. That's 17 we don't like. But we don't put the blame on the president like that. The reason why we will beat on him a little bit because he's the commander-in-chief. Well, Liberian politics, or in Africa, mostly Liberia, is the person who's commander-in-chief. It's just the person who's commander-in-chief. There's evil dynamics that they in that country believe that dynamics can control. Even when a good person comes to power or things like that, they will press buttons. Some peculiar decisions our president been making. You know, appointments of certain people. Okay? We look at it as decentralization, include people. But I don't think some of the decisions, I don't really know where they got it from.
Okay.
You know.
Okay, Mr. Teddy Ted Lion Yankun, thank you for calling. And I will call you so we can play our main show.
Yeah, we can play our show. We can other historical fact, other things we can play on this stuff.
All right.
But you know, I just want you guys to take it a little bit easier with this president. The president has done the best so far. And you know what you said, nothing. This is the president trying to make the system to work, but there are too much hatred, too much hate for people in the country. And this can lead this country to another serious problem. It will continue the hate. We don't want to work cohesively like the way other African countries did. Even tomato paste. Ghanaian people were selling it all around the place just to create general revenues for that country. Liberians refuse to do this because of laziness.
Okay.
So I will just stop there for now.
Thank you.
You know, we'll always let me just land on this. I want to let you know that. So that certain seditions will never ever think that despite some of the lapses and we within the government we don't really understand certain things, but we can never leave CDC or go against CDC. You see, like Bobby, he's a diehard sedition just like myself. These are many things in the intellectual war when it comes to defending this president, this party, and the country of Liberia. So I applaud Bobby for that. Thanks, Dakpannah, for the show. And thank you also, too, for playing the devil's advocate. We have to beat on this president one way or the other. It's how we love him. It's our president. But sometimes, too, we'll shift some of the blame on him. He needs to fire. Most of the guys, some of us are very angry. We are crying our hearts of certain people in our government. They're making wrong decisions for the president and the government. It hurts our feelings because we're part of this president. We will never leave the president. We'll always protect him. We'll support him. But we understand there are people who doing these things wrongly. Early Johnny Stanley has set up traps to the airport, to the free port, just to make the government, for things to be, to make the government to be strong, to let them on one or two things. Wrong decisions, wrong concessions, agreement, all these things now affecting this government. A lot of debts around she left. The government have to pay all these debts. No. The government have to take the blame.
Okay.
So thank you, Dakpannah.
Thank you too.
Thank you too.
All right. So that's the last caller for the night. So I want to say thanks to all of you guys. Join me on tomorrow for another edition of the Dakpannah Show. Have a good day. God bless Liberia. This is what this show is all about. Agree to disagree. Dialogue and not confrontation. I may come and say all I want. You have the right to come and disagree with me. That's why I always say let's be civil. Let's have a responsible conversation. And that's how it has been all true. So I want to say thank you all. Goodbye. Good night. Wherever you find yourself.